do the posty post, and then post the music. Then the other music, which is right here. Alright, who would like to give the recap for inspiration? Ooh.
Not me. Right, last time on the show with the things and such, we we ventured into the lands of great might and mystery, and we uh, negotiated with some of the fallen ones to retrieve Ain's contact. And he filled us in about some info about what's been happening, and we managed to pull off a very successful con that granted us safe passage to the gates. And then we fought some of the wandering fallen ones, and people almost died. It's no big deal, but we killed them in the end. And isn't that what matters? The murder.
Thought it was the friends we made along the way.
Eh,
We could make friends of the people we murder. Just, sew them up, make new friends. Flesh golems, right?
I mean, sure. Anyways, that, pretty much the gist of what happened. Very good, very good. You have acquired your inspiration. And upon finishing up
hooray.
your camp, packing up, having breakfast, and making way in the morning, you travel for about 5 hours upon the road. All is fairly clear. The skies are surprisingly not as ash clouded as normal. There is actually some signs of blue poking through the clouds above. But otherwise, it is fairly peaceful travel in a otherwise dangerous land. Eventually, you arrive not actually on this map just yet, but you can see off in the distance, maybe about another mile or two, the raised walls, the city of Cadiz. You can see that the area itself looks war-torn. The land is scorched, ashen. The trees are dry husks of their former selves, and the wall itself is cracked and crumbling. Many of the buildings within are scorched, topped, although surprisingly, for the most part, still standing. You can see that there are a few small rivers poking through some of the walls within, and the gate up ahead, only at this point as you continue your travels, about a mile, mile and a quarter ahead, has been broken open in a form of palisades, or I believe they're like cheval de something like that. It's spike sticks for anti-cavalry charges are set up around the gate's entrance, and you can see that there are some movement beyond the gates. Now, you are currently still not on map if you choose to go a different direction, but the map here is here if you'd like to continue in this direction to the gate, or if you'd like to go other ways. It is up to you. However, as you begin to draw ever closer, Flint, your companion, seems to be looking upon himself curiously.
Why is it we're here again? We're going to this city? I don't exactly remember.
You're going here to go and defend the fragment of Starstone within the depths of the dungeons, part of the dream that you had. The thing that is calling you here.
The thing that the deeps, the fallen ones were smashing their fists against, and it hurt us.
Yep. As they are looking at their form, Flint would kind of speak up. Interesting. I Simply having a bit of issue with the transposition that got me here. I might not be here for too much longer, though. We'll see how long this lasts. If I'm able to return, I will return, but seems the magic that transported me from home to here is fading, ever so gently.
Oh, well, best of luck.
Right. I'll see if I can't make my way
Gentle.
back as soon as I can. Their form begins to fade ever more gently, and a cool autumn breeze billows forth from Flint and around the wagon as a pair of autumn leaves coil around and shoot through Flint as Flint disperses into a cloud of leaves, landing upon the wagon's bottom.
Just disintegrated.
That's not normal, right?
No.
Anything to do with your dreams, or? 'Cause I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen that happen before.
Nope. That's new to me too.
Two of us all explode into leaves. That would be very unfortunate.
Well, this is I'm not one to tell someone they can't go home, but this is a very poor time for someone to have to up and leave.
Oh, I see what you did there. But, yeah, poor timing. It is unfortunate, but, suppose there's nothing to do but press on, wait for their return.
We could sweep him up.
156 will walk over and gather a couple of leaves, and she will put them in her backpack, which makes a weird clacking noise once again as she maneuvers it.
If you are talking, Wanderer, we can't hear you.
I will try to pick up the leaves, but as she picks them up, they immediately catch fire, which causes her to pause. And then not try to pick up the rest.
You all right? Seem a little distracted.
More importantly, there is now a fire inside the cart. Perhaps we should put it out.
I'm on it. Pat, 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 pat.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing. Some old scars are opening up.
You're going to disappear too?
No.
I have bandages. Do you bandages?
Well, tap her leg and just indicate it's already bandaged, and it's also covered in ominous talismans and all that. I'll be fine.
Well then, we should perhaps make our way forward. Going around into the wilderness hasn't done us any favors so far.
You like a frontal assault.
What types of animals are common here? In these diggity lands.
Animals, I mean, it's hard to say. You're good to roll a nature check, though. And I will keep in mind your Dying Lands lore.
Did you say survival or nature?
Nature. Alright. Most of the animals, or other wildlife within the lands here, they are not so much natural anymore. At least those that were here during the fall. Those that are here, you'd have plenty of more what's the word for it? Larger, big cats like jaguars and the like. Plenty of hyenas, Komodo dragons. A lot of things kind of in a uh, equator jungly savanna biome. But due to the nature of the dying lands and what happened here, those that are still here, that are native and not just like wandering into the dying lands, they are most certainly mutated. Many of the jaguars have in fact mutated due to the impact into what you would know as displacer beasts. Um, Large panther-like felines with barbed tentacles protruding from their backs. Oftentimes said to have the ability to transport themselves through some form of teleportation rapidly, and most certainly favoring the methods of stalking to kill their prey, to kill and hunt their prey, or hunt and kill, whatever, you don't understand. Other
Right.
than that, there are monstrous beasts, chimeras, gargoyles, manticores, wyverns, a few of the larger birds like giant eagles. It's even said that a rock has been sighted, not with this close to the city, but definitely in the dying lands, near the crater itself.
Well, I would like to hand the reins to someone for a bit, so that I, so that I can ritual cast Find Familiar. I don't have anything specific planned, so I'm just gonna use one of the standard options, the one everyone uses.
The owl, the lehoot. All right. Well, Terdanon will take the reins for you while you are doing that, and we'll return back and give you the seat because you guys are still a couple, about an hour or so out of the
Yeah.
this map, so
Just
it's
me.
easy
right,
enough.
right.
Look at that hoot hoot bird. All right.
And I will conjure a not a real owl. You can tell it's more like ghostly, illusionary, not particularly real, but is owl that glows with a blue light.
Whew. Very good, very good. As you continue to trot your way through the steady pace of your mules, you eventually reach this portion of the map. At this part, those who are in the wagon itself, would you still be in the wagon at this time, or would you have taken back over from Terranath?
156 was probably never in the wagon. She was walking because she doesn't go in the wagon if Wary is in the wagon.
Okay.
The token was just kind of there for convenience.
Gotcha. And you now have bonus
Unless it
action
was like,
dash, right?
there's an ash storm or something like that.
Yeah.
Just assume that unless there's a reason she is not in the wagon.
Gotcha.
But we'll have him keep driving through here. He seems the most like he can see shit.
Gotcha. All right. In that case, 156, give me a perception check, and I will do the same for Terranath. No, he uses skill check mob campaign. Here we go.
Not a saving throw.
All right. Just gonna roll 20. So, as you are making your way up the steadily raised elevation that houses the city of Cadus, or the ruined city of Cadus, you both, with keen eye, notice something. There is a large pipe sticking out of the wall, just kind of beyond the cover of this fallen and torn up tree. River pouring out, mostly frozen over, but there is a faint trickle of water, as you can hear. Parts of it have not fully frozen. In addition to that, you would notice at the gate there is a group of 5 red-skinned fallen, kind of motioning around here. You don't quite see exactly what they're doing, just due to the angle and the distance, but there's a group of 5 guarding the gates from the looks of it. They don't seem to have noticed you just yet, but you are getting closer to the point where they might begin to notice. Unless you try to be stealthy.
Gates here, or here, or here?
This is the gate.
Okay, because
Yeah.
technically all of these could loosely be considered the gate.
No. The gateway, fallen doors, which are the gate doors, inside the gatehouse itself, just the walkway up.
And where's the pipe?
Pipe is right there.
Is it, like, big enough to crawl through?
It is about Actually, let me just about 15 feet wide. So people could walk through it. I would say your wagon could fit through it, but wagon's not going to be able to make it through that terrain. Your mule's good, though. But Taranaf would kind of point this out, looking over his shoulder. Looks like we saw some more of the fallen up ahead. Also, there seems to be some form of sewer grate in the wall. Might be a way in if we don't want to deal with the fallen.
Well, we've made it past all the fallen so far with that. What makes you think this will be different? And when she says with that, she'll point to the tabard she has strung up on the front of the thing.
Well, we were attacked last night, were we not? Who's to
Well,
say
then
these are not a
there's,
different clan?
Yes, they did say something about it only getting us so far.
What is it we're hoping to do here exactly? Are we trying to play heroes and save this whole town? Is there even anyone to save? Who
Uh,
do we give it back to?
I think we are trying to play heroes and save the whole world.
No,
That is about the gist of it.
no, and stop the fallen from killing us horribly through psionic brainwaves or something.
Yes, not dying is a good thing.
Yeah.
Well then, it seems like we should confront this head on.
Um.
I can go scout if you like. I can see where the 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 pipe goes.
I can lead the wagon to a more secure location if we want to pack it away while we travel the city. Or I can lead you in, or follow you in after the scout.
Well, why don't you let me see what's going on? If you hear a blood-curdling scream, well, I probably got caught. And with that, she'll scamper before anyone can really say anything.
I will send Al to do aerial surveillance.
Aha.
Just following from overhead, not like,
Mhm.
flying casual.
Gotcha.
That'd
Alright,
be great.
so
So,
for...
I suppose it would be bad if I follow her, right?
That might cause her to scream.
Hmm.
156, stealth check. Owl, stealth with advantage.
Oof.
Oh dear.
Alright, let me go and look at the DMV real quick while I go and check
By the
on
way,
my
Sage, I
people.
don't know if you saw it, but I did go the long way.
Yeah. I'm taking your stealth and I'm applying modifiers based on distance and location and
No,
all
fair
that. So
enough. Yeah.
yeah, a nine's not a 9 technically, unless you're like, there's an enemy here, in which case it is a 9.
I mean, a 9 might not be a 9, but that was definitely a 2.
It's true. Anyways, Hoot Hoot is fairly, or Sophia, as they now have been named, is fairly stealthy. They don't seem to be noticed by anything down below, as they are just coasting along through the air. 156 seems the ground beneath your feet is fairly crunchy. A lot of the snow is not the soft and cushioning snow that one would expect. It's somewhat iced over. Every step is like a crackle upon leaf or breaking of twigs. It's a little jarring. It's causing you to twitch every now and then as you're walking through the grounds. That said, you don't seem to be noticed by anyone up at the gatehouse just yet. You do reach the sewer, and do you look inside?
Yes.
Alright. Peering inside, you have dark vision.
Probably. Yes.
Looking inside, you can see that the sewer grate goes in a decent amount before it reaches what appears to be some form of metal barrier, iron bars lining the water pathway inside. However, there is a way to walk around it, as the stone walkway is still surprisingly intact. Additionally, though, and keep in mind this is just the 60 feet that you can see because it's pretty dark in there. You see that there are bodies of humanoids, many of which seem to be facing towards the sewer exit. Some of which are still standing in a running pose, look like they have been petrified or turned to ash and left as a statue.
Is there a gate, or is it just the only way past the bars is around?
I will show you. Let me go and go to the sewer map and make it visible.
Okay.
Control H, Control F and E. There you go. So this is the sewer map. You have a walkway around. It's just the water itself is gated, so you could walk around. And technically the pipe goes in like this and it kind of opens up. So you do have to walk through the water for a bit, and then you can climb up onto the ledge here. But yeah, this is what you would immediately see when you actually get in. You would only be able to see about here though. So you'd see that edge of the board and some bodies, which are not currently visible.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
She will slowly back out of the tunnel and make her way back to the group.
Excellent.
She's kind of like shivering and chittering from being in the water. There, it looks like we can go that way, but well, something in there attacked people that looked like they were trying to run out, but the people look like stone or ash statues, maybe. I didn't touch them, but they weren't just the Fallen's claws and teeth or clubs.
Oh, that's not ideal. May I perhaps do some sort of checkerino?
Yes. You can give
What
me
sort of checkerino?
Let's see, nature would be appropriate. Let me bring up something real quick so I can get an idea of what knowledges are available again. I always forget. Let's see here. History could work. Nature could work. And those two. Those two are your options.
I has a basic 11.
All right.
I will. Can I aid that?
You could, yes.
Okay.
How many lures do we get?
I will also cast guidance on that for another 1d4.
Let's see here.
Nice. 17.
So you have any lore that's based upon your origin. So your traditional, like if you're an apothecary profession, for example, you would have lore for being an apothecary and all that good stuff. In addition to that, you have 5 lore that you can choose yourself that are tied to your backstory. So things that would make sense for your character. So
Okay.
yeah, you can choose those though. And there might be additionals that I apply or assign based upon what your written backstory is that you might not have chosen yourself. But yeah. And those tend to be more of like a in the moment type of thing that I might be like, you should write that down. But yeah. Alright. What is the 4? Guidance?
Yep.
E
Alright.
is a 17.
17. Alright, with a 17, thinking on this, you don't think it's a creature that did this. Thinking back upon the wrath of Dahak, the calamity that befell this area, it's likely that the extreme burst of heat, the flash of what essentially just furnace blast of air slamming into the city, and the fallen ash clouds and a bunch of other calamitous events. These people were killed upon contact and turned to ash, but their forms, surprisingly, are still, some of them are still standing. Think of it kind of like a volcanic eruption that kind of like turned the people of like into, statues, except for it's more of like their ash statues. It's possible some of them are solid, as 156 did not actually get very close, but it is definitely victims of that, not some creature.
All right. Seem to recall there was a volcanic eruption when all the cataclysm stuff happened. They might just be remainders of that action. I don't think it was a creature.
Well, that's good. I guess. So, do we want to try to take the tunnel? But, what are we gonna do with Primrose and Betsy?
Name the mules.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna rename the mules.
Bringing them into battle certainly won't help that cause either. Taraneth, you said you could conceal them?
I know the land well enough. I could find a spot to conceal them, get them safe and hidden from view from the road or from the air.
Sounds good a plan as any.
You'll need to take anything you'd want from the wagon first, though.
That's fair. It's not that we would have to eat them.
I will just glare at you.
No, come on. I'll eat almost anything, but not that.
I mean, meals don't taste good anyway, so no. That's the whole point.
Right.
So, tunnel or frontal assault?
Tunnel.
Tunnel seems fine as long as you believe it to be.
Always go through the tunnel and then attack them frontally from inside the city. Just
Just,
to be thorough.
make sure you bring an extra pair of boots. Her teeth are still chattering.
Just gonna look down at my tail.
Because she's not talking to you. She's never talking to you.
Would you like a blanket?
Uh, no, but Betsy and Primrose need it more. I'll be fine once we get moving.
You like a coat?
She will hesitate, but then slowly nod.
I'll tie my coat up a bit so it doesn't drag and give coat.
Oh, good. This way I do not have to wrap myself around her again.
Oh, would you stop?
She will take the coat like it is like a treasure and put it on. She seems very, very delighted to have been given a gift.
Huzzah.
Yeah, well, I'm never getting that coat back.
Alright. Do you all gather up your gear and disembark?
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
Taranaf will spend some time drawing the wagon away into a safe space to hide. Do you wait for him, or do you go in?
I wait for him.
Yeah.
In that case, you guys have a short rest before he returns. So any damage you might have, which you don't have any because you long rested most recently, but you know, if you want, it's there.
If you want to hit the short rest button for funsies.
Yes. And I'm just gonna shucky ducky this for funsies here, even though it's not technically here. And I'm gonna make it visible or hidden. And he would make his way back. Alright, it's all hidden now. It's likely they'll find it.
That's good.
So there's
And, let's...
it's also
Now
near some of
let
the
us-
few grass spawns here as well, so the mules should have enough food to last them a bit.
That's good. Suppose we shall be on our way then.
Indeed. Shall I take the lead, or one of you more suited for travel within the city?
I can do it. She raises her hand.
Very good. Alright. Can you guys make your way into the sewers?
Yes.
Alright.
Seems like a good idea.
To the sewers map.
Huzzah! Sewer!
Set up your marching order, all that good stuff. You can choose either side. It's not really important to me.
Unless something happens, I will be 15 feet in front of the party the whole time.
Alright. So you'd be like that. Terranaf would be back here, covering you guys' exit.
Can you give us permission over Sophia?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I also need to add,
Also,
add, like, hit points and stuff.
More just we can't move her.
I've given you
Okay,
ownership of
there you go.
Terranaf as well, so you can move them if you need to.
Alright,
Now that you're here, and actually here, I can make these bodies visible.
Yeah.
Select them all real quick.
Also, my HP bar seems to be broken. Oh, lovely.
Oh, just heal yourself and or deal 0 damage and it should fix.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, you didn't adjust your healing health bar when you updated your level. So, all right. Now that you guys are here, the ambience is still accurate, so we're good there. Let me just make sure I need to add the music is accurate, but I need the sewer ambience now, which means doop, and then doop, and copy this and put it into the thing. Oh, I need to actually just delete Rhythm Bot, disconnect you, because you do not like being cleared. There we go.
Also, I will cast the Mage's Armor.
Excellent. A form of I can't speak. A field of force forms around Garridan as the mage armor is activated with a slight pop sound. And the slight pop sound also gives a few faint trickles of light and then fades back into the armor as the field of force disperses from visible view.
I just want to say that timing was perfect, because Wanderer yawned dramatically right after Sage said the word sound in faint pop sound, and I thought Wanderer was doing the sound effect for a second. It was just so perfect timing. Go watch it again later if you didn't catch it.
All right, and there you go. The map is active. I will need to put you guys in center continuously, just because I'm gonna erase the fog of war as you guys move. But there you go. You guys are good to travel.
I figured we just kind of follow 156's group.
Yeah, you
I
can
would-
use them on Party Market if you would like. Just let me know if you guys are doing anything and all that good stuff.
I believe it was stated we are 15 feet back.
I'm
So I'll just be party marker until we need to group up again.
I am purposefully trying to avoid stepping on these ashy boys.
Excellent.
Hey, 156 will weave and duck around them, taking very careful care not to touch them.
Yep,
I
But
need to
I'm-
make
I
a
am
will
just gonna move my
save.
token forward, so.
Hold on. Quick will check.
Do you want to eat them?
No, but I might want to poke him. Where's? Yeah, I'll just do it.
Man,
It's not doing it.
when I grabbed this tile set, I didn't think the beds were massive when I was making it.
That's the great downfall of everything.
Yep.
The beds are always too big.
I even
Alright, it
resized it
seems-
slightly, and I was like, this looks appropriate, and then it's not appropriate.
That's the thing. They always look like, oh yeah, like an actual real person would lay on this. The
It
grid does
seems-
not translate that well.
It seems that I have the mental fortitude to not poke the dead people.
Pretty good. Alright, as you move forward to here, you notice that there are more bodies up ahead. 3 of which are in a running position with rusty short blades in hand, one of which, across the way here, seems to have a bow in hand, kind of grasped to its side as it is currently laying prone.
Okay.
As you move forward, are you moving stealthily?
Yeah.
Is the party moving stealthily?
I mean, I try not to draw attention.
It would be a we would try, but can we? That's a different story.
I will need you to roll me a stealth check for the party then. And I will uncenter the grid real quick so people can easily move around.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Natural 20, baby.
Does the owl also need a stealth check?
Not for this, unless they're going off by themselves. If they're just on your shoulder, they're fine.
Okay.
And can the owl aid me in sneaking?
The owl cannot aid you now.
Okay, well, thank God all of you rolled well.
Also, I'm going to shucky ducky you guys forward.
Feel like you're sitting there going, "Where's the rest of the party?"
Everyone else is being sneaky, and I stress this only for the joke, not literally. Everyone else is sneaking, and I step on one of the hands and just go, sorry. Sorry.
Alright, quick question. Are you... not are you. Do you have dark vision?
We all have dark vision.
Okay. Just making sure.
Hey, you'll never need to ask that for the rest of the campaign.
Yeah, I just... You know, they look human. So I forget sometimes. Okay, anyways, there we go. Grab your average stealth now. 22 plus 5 plus 27 plus 20. This is going to be a hot average stealth, dear God. Average stealth of 18. Alright. Maneuvering your way past the bodies, you see Garridan almost, in fact, steps upon the hand of one of the bodies, but is motioned away as Sophia hoots softly. Whew. And they notice just in time to avoid the crushing of the corpse. Moving forward, silently, you begin to make your way past the corpses here. And, just for ease, so you guys know where they are. There you go. Alright, and you're good to move forward. And I'm going to go back to center continuously, so I can draw things properly once more. And then 60 feet up, which would be there. And let's begin to move forward. The corpses here seem to be less plentiful. They're no longer piled in small groupings. There are a few scatterings, but they seem to be, for the most part, by themselves, like every now and then you might see one, you might see two next to each other, but it's like every 30, 40 feet that they might be, instead of just kind of like scattered about within the area. And as you get ever closer, traveling northwards, you feel something strange. Everyone in the party, besides Terranath, feels something strange. A slight tugging feeling, as if you're being pulled forward and to the... I'm trying to think of the directions real quick. 1 second. If this was here... This is the issue of me making the map where north was in fact west. There we go. Okay. You feel like you're being pulled northward and slightly east. So technically north and west,
So
but
this.
yes. Northeast.
Okay.
Yeah. For purposes of maps, just consider north is up.
Okay.
Even though technically directions would not be that, but yeah, north is up for ease. So
Yeah.
you feel northeast is the direction you are being tugged.
All right. Will you clear these side rooms for me?
Yeah. All
Ah,
right.
I see another party has a broken compass.
All right. You can see that the pathway seems like it's going to be opening up pretty soon into an intersection up ahead. There's a small alcove to the side, however. In the room directly east of you, you can see it opens up into a larger storeroom with a single barrel and a pile of corpses.
I'll
I'm
scoot
not...
up to the alcove.
There we go. I realized I wasn't centered continuously. There we go.
As we pass the corpses, to clarify, are they actually piled up like someone piled them there, or
They do look like they have been piled, like they were moved and
Oh.
set up into a grouping. The alcove itself goes off down and down. It seems to go down in elevation, deeper into whatever sewer-like dungeon this is. Essentially, it is off map, but it is a way to travel.
Okay.
And let me
What
go and
about?
increase the northwards. All right, and what is everyone's past perception, real quick?
What is passive perception?
5?
Whoa. Oh, my sheet is 12. I know yours is
Yeah.
I believe you're muted, Sean.
Yes, I am. My sheet says 12. Wait a minute. Yeah, 12.
All right,
Yeah.
I don't, how do you determine passive in your thing, Sage?
5 plus your perception bonus.
Yeah, that would be 7.
Then I am also 7.
God.
And the main reason for that is there's plenty of things that can boost your passive perception. Also
I'm
encourages
still
active
5.
rolls.
Yeah.
All right.
Encourages active rolls. What's your passive perception?
Yeah,
Well,
'cause
I'd like to
you're not
actively
saying
roll
you're,
now.
You're not saying you're actively looking around, so. I mean, you are actively looking around, but you're not like, hey, what's that? What's that? What's the body pile? So.
Well, I did say I'd look at the body pile,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So you are good to roll a perception check with your body. Look, this was more for the water because no one was actively saying they're looking in the water.
Yeah.
However, Terranath's past perception will notice there's something in the water. I don't think it's quite dead. As he says this, you notice that there is a small tentacle that shoots from the surface and plops into the water with a faint sploosh.
You think it is edible?
I'm moving this way.
And let me go and shucky duck you guys up to where she is. There you go.
I'm going closer to the wall.
She will motion you guys to get into the alcove.
Alright, sounds good to me. I will follow.
Yeah, why not?
All right, moving into the alcove.
Just stay here, okay? Gamper. Pokes head around corner. Does the side lean.
Alright, 1 second. I need to go bring my DM view back to where you guys are located. Do center continuously. Side leaning around the corner. You can see the following. Actually, just make sure that's actually 60 feet. Okay, it's a bit more, but whatever. You can see that the tunnel opens up into a four-way intersection with a large river of gross greenish muck flowing in all directions. You can see that it curves, for the most part, fairly straight and narrow. There's not really a lot of rubble or any visible corpses upon the walkways here or here. However, now that you've been alerted by Terranef to the dangers within the water, or at least the creatures that might live within, you do see another sploosh up here, and a third one here. And until you guys break stealth, I'm keeping your 18. So.
Scamper back.
Okay. Basically, unless we want to go through the water, we only have one path. Just stick close to the wall, okay? There's no reason for anyone to be near the edge.
Sounds good to me.
So single file, come on.
I live near the edge.
She seems to have found a little bit more courage as she's trying to keep you guys alive. That said, if Wary is the one directly behind her, bad things will happen.
Alright.
That seems good.
Using your party marker once more.
No, he's over there.
Okay.
Alright, you are free to move.
Is this a valid square?
Yeah, if the square is 50% or more of something obstruction, then it is not a square, but that is like half and half, so I would say it's fine to be a square. Mostly because my hidden layer line is literally south of you, so you're, yeah. The line that marks the wall. Alright, let's see here. That should be 6 feet, yes. Alright, that is what you see. Some rickety boards seem to form some sort of haphazard bridge across the waterway. And there seems to be 2 alcoves up ahead. 2 to the north, and then a third to the south.
Camper sidling.
Alright, the south one leads into another off-map section, essentially, if you guys want to travel in that direction. The north one leads into what appears to be a chamber of sorts, a large shelf there. And then the one there, per your actual angle, you would be able to see another bed chamber of sorts.
I will motion them into this alcove.
I'm just gonna shucky ducky.
Yes, I shall be motioned.
I'm going to study these logs.
Alright.
Boards.
Now, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say you're not proficient with engineering tools.
No.
Then you can roll me an investigation check.
I can, yes.
As you are inspecting the loose boards. Yeah, pretty good. Alright, looking over the boards, you notice that they, while fairly muck covered, definitely will be an issue of slipping due to the muck. They are fairly steady. They're not going to break under someone's weight unless they're literally like 600 pounds. But I don't think anyone in the party is 600 pounds. So, especially if you have like this one here where it's a double board, that one probably cover about 800. But for the most part, you think if you go one by one and you move slowly, you can get across no problem. If you move more rapidly, there might be an issue.
156 is going to take a deep breath, hold up a hand to the party, and then slowly walk towards the boards.
All right.
And then she will try to make it across. And can I aid myself with an athletics check?
No.
Or,
Okay. Are you moving slowly, or are you trying to scamper across?
No, I'm still stealthing, so I'm moving slowly.
Well, I'm more
Like, I'm
mean.
not
Are you
breaking
moving?
stealth for
Yeah,
this.
I know you're not breaking. I'm more mean. Are you like just trying to get across, or are you trying to get across carefully?
I'm trying to get across carefully, as long as
Okay.
carefully is
No,
not extremely slow.
is required. Carefully is extremely
Okay.
slow. You're moving about 10 feet around instead of
Okay,
20 feet.
10 feet around is fine.
All right. Yeah, no issue crossing. It is a little slippery, as you notice upon your. I'm assuming you're wearing boots because you mentioned boots, but it is. Yeah, it's a little slippery, but otherwise, getting across no problem. You do notice, however, as you're walking across, and the beams of wood, as they kind of bounce ever so gently due to the rustling and movement, another tentacle plops up.
I'm just gonna look in this area.
All right. Let's see here. Seems to curve up into another alcove there that I'm just going to reveal it. Leads off to a different part of the map, or a different map part of the sewers. And seems to be a storage chamber. There's a large shelf here. For the most part, it is empty. There's a few broken bottles. However, per your past perception, since you're actively looking in the area, you can notice that there is a single bottle upon the shelf that is not, in fact, empty. It's hard to see what it actually is due to dark vision's color limitations, but, you know, there's a bottle there.
I will pick it up and put it in my overly full bag,
All right.
nestled among the overly filled contents.
Excellent.
And you said there are pieces of broken bottles, yeah?
Yes, plenty of broken bottles upon the shelf here.
Are any of them, like, substantial, or is it, like...
There are a few bottles that are nothing more than like a bottom rim, and then the rest is just glass dust. Then there's bottles that are, for the most part, fully intact, besides like a chip at the top. It's anywhere in between that.
Okay. I will gather up a few of the more substantial bottles. I will scoot back here, and I will wave my hand to try to get Ian's attention.
Okay.
I will point to the bridge as if they should cross. And Sage, I will ready in action. Or actually, I will. As soon as they look like they get my intention that they should cross, I will scamper over here.
Okay.
And I will ready in action to chuck a bottle in the water should it look like they are going to attract attention.
All right.
So
I need you to roll a new stealth check as you did scamper.
Oh, okay. I'm using that word loosely. Sage, not.
Well, it's more of you ready to action to get there would be 40 feet, so it wouldn't be able to get that far. Essentially, you can do so, but it is a new stealth check, but it is just your stealth check that I need to worry about, not everyone else's.
Oh, well, if I just move here, is that fine?
It's still a little far, but I would consider your current stealth, but slightly lower, which is still natural 20.
Yeah, that's all I want to reroll.
Yeah.
Alright. Ein is going to eye this bridge very warily, slightly worried that it'll catch on fire from her stepping on it, but she'll take her time crossing, I guess.
Quick question. How heavy are you with all of your gear?
Good question.
And I'm going to have the same question for Garridan and Wary, so get that ready.
Let me actually see.
I just know that the
You're
156 is not going to be an issue, so.
Wait, am I muted?
No.
No, Sean was. If you were muted, I wouldn't know. You were muted.
I don't know my exact weight, but I only have studded leather just on my person. I'm not wearing like a full heavy ass armor. I have a couple spathas.
If I go by the usual 100 pounds I put as like the normal weight, I would want to say probably 150-ish.
I
160.
assume you guys both have an explorer's pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an extra 59 pounds. So you're looking at probably about 100 plus
Two.
your current weight, Sean.
Then that would be about that would be 235.
Yeah.
So about the same for you.
So, yeah.
And what about you, Ari?
So we'd be getting close to breaking these boards. I have an explorer's pack. I weigh 400 pounds because I gave myself a lot of weight due to
All
being
right.
a big snake.
Excellent.
Yeah. 59, 200. Yeah. About 200 pounds actually.
So
So.
I'd say
So as
400
you're
and
walking across the boards, they do make a slight creaking sound, lowering your stealth, but it's not a it's not a reroll. What was your actual natural 20? So you have okay. You walk across gently, ever so slowly, and get across no problem.
Well, I don't have a choice but to walk slowly. I am literally limping my way through that.
I mean, there are some benefits of having that curse in that you are forced to move slowly when you should move slowly.
I will, once she's clear, I will attempt to move gingerly.
All right. Now I will give you the option because you did not roll well. Would you like a new stealth check for this?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't do too much worse than a 5.
You are suffering a penalty due to the weight because of the creaking of the boards, but I'm applying that afterwards. It's not much of a penalty.
There we go.
All right. You make it your way across, no problem.
Being an anime character, while there's tentacles involved.
Wh-
Oh no.
Wary is just gonna stand at the edge, or kind of sit at the edge of this board, looking at it like I'm not sure that'll hold my weight.
Yeah, Wary should probably go last. I mean, I can't say that. Oh, see, I see Lee, but
Terranon whispers to Wary, want me to go first.
Yes, I think that might be a good idea.
He will gingerly walk his way across. He will also have his bow ready to aim at the water. His total was 18 minus the penalty. He's still good. Okay. He's also about 213 pounds, I think, with all of his gear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I
think I'm about 513 with all my gear.
I wanted to have you make me a new stealth check with disadvantage.
Oh my god. All right.
So the boards aren't gonna break, but they are gonna make you have this roll. So.
Oh god.
All right. Would you like to add anything to that before I continue with results?
Thing to add to that.
All right, and do keep in mind you're moving at a quarter speed across the boards if you're wanting to get across without any athletics or acrobatics checks to avoid slippage.
Yeah, I'll, quarter speed would be. Let me double check.
Should be about 10 for you.
Yeah, it's about 10.
It does round up, but yeah.
So that's a first round.
All right, as you begin to make your way across, the boards make a sickening snap sound due to your weight. And at this point in time, I need everyone to roll me initiative. As the tentacles begin to...
go off?
They will be going off. I'm just having initiative be rolled. As the tentacles begin to swarm up to the surface.
Oh god.
Hey, when you choose your weight and it matters.
Alright, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need to roll for Terranaf. And let me go get the combat music plugged in.
I feel like I'm oddly unaware of what's going on for knowing exactly what's going on.
Let's grab this one. This is good combat music.
It's more you're too distracted by the possibility of it breaking.
You know, the current music certainly turned somewhat combat-y. Someone's just gonna keep it. Alright, sort.
It's kind of fitting.
Yeah. Sophia goes on your turn, so I'm just gonna move him from initiative. No worries there. Alright. Starting obviously, you guys are aware of them, so there's no surprise round. You guys did have ready actions, so I will trigger those when they actually trigger them, because they're not actually at the surface. That was just more like flavor. But it's about to trigger right now, because one of them just gained initiative, because they rolled a natural 20 on the initiative. Alright, that would be number 3. Alright, so I'm going to add some VBL real quick, just to make sure you guys can see your current vision, in terms of what you can and cannot see, due to dark vision ranges and all that. And vision type, night. There we go, there we go. Oh, Terranaf needs to have dark vision set. There we
That
go.
moment when I do the
Go.
big brain play of pretending to be a tentacle myself.
Alright.
Oh, fellow tentacles.
Strange blood red tentacles slurp out of the water at the edge of Weri, with a skeletal form framing the tentacle's lower half. Your ready action can go off. I know that 156 mentioned they were readying. I know that Ein was. I know that I was for Terranath, and I know that you said something as well, Garrett, and I don't remember exactly what you said you were readying, though.
I didn't ready anything, mostly because my justification is I wouldn't have had time to ready since Wary is right behind me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Alright, you see this weird bloody torso and upper half of a skeleton, bottom half just tentacles. Think Ursula, but undead.
Oh god.
Undursula. I hate that lady.
Can I just push it back into the water? Just like no.
Maybe. But yeah,
Okay.
your ready goes off first 156, and then I'll do Terranaf's.
My ready action too.
Let's see, yours would go off as well, yeah. But yeah, essentially, you know, I'm just doing this order. So
Yeah.
whatever your ready is, 156, you're good to trigger it.
So she's gonna take the most substantial bottle that she has and chuck it in the water. I was kind of hoping it would appear on this side, but she is hoping to distract it by something going into the water.
All right, and so you're checking about here.
Yeah, about there.
All right, bottle, floof, floof, floof. Just in case, roll me a range attack roll.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I just want to make sure you don't roll a 1.
I mean, honestly, I see this as a win-win situation for you.
There you go.
All right, the bottle easily goes floof, sploosh,
I mean, it
slaps
was
there
actually
and
only
begins to
plus
float.
3, but
It's still more than a 5. It floats there for a bit, kind of teetering at the edge. It's one of the fuller bottles, right?
yeah, the most substantial bottle I have. I'm trying to make the most noise possible.
Excellent. Terranas ready to shoot an arrow into this thing. That is a natural 1. He does not confirm his fumble, but that is a miss. As the arrow goes phew, ching, and shucks into the water, sinking to the bottom, out of view. Now you're ready. Aye. And now the music seems to
Yeah.
have turned away from combat, so I'm just gonna plop it.
Yeah. Yeah. Ein is not having this shit. Immediate firebolt. To the face.
Alright, that's 19 fire slamming into it. Do you have anything to bypass fire resistance? Because this creature is resistant.
No, not yet.
Alright. The bolt of fire will slam into it. However, the thick coating of moss and sewer muck seems to hamper the damage that you would expect.
Hey! Eldritch Blast it is! We got this thing fucking sucks.
Creature looks annoyed by the blast of fire. Alright. Terranaf. Or sorry, that was just ready actions. His turn. The creature will look towards Weri. And let me go look at his tactics real quick. These guys are dangerous. Let's see. He will attempt a claw attack upon you.
He was not distracted.
15 to hit.
He will hit.
Has 12 slashing damage as the claw cuts deep into your flesh.
Jesus.
All right, and let me go look at see if it's bonus actions options. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw as he digs his claws deeper in. All right. You rolled above the DC by 10, so I'm going to have the damage be negated entirely. As flexing a bit, the claws seem to puncture out of the flesh and push away as the creature kind of slides back a bit before floating back towards you. Technically, it's a safer half, but you rolled 10 above the DC, so I'm just like, you deserve no damage. Terranef has now gained initiative. I don't quite know what that thing is, but I imagine it's not immune to arrows, so shoot it dead. He's gonna shoot an arrow towards it. And outsiders favorable. Nope, doesn't count as an outsider. Anything else I might be able to apply to this buddy boo? I do have that. Yeah. No. Okay. Arrow rings out, and once more, tink, floats into the water. I'm having issues.
I've noticed.
Air passes
I
right
am
through its
too.
rib. And yeah, he's going to kind of move over here. Get a better angle. 156.
Oh, hold on. I thought I had my ranged attack set up. I do. Why didn't that work before? Like, I could attempt to pull out my short bow and shoot it. I don't think it'll do anything, but
I mean, it might as well. We should probably also be doing knowledge checks on it.
Yep. Religion and martial are both viable options.
I have none of that. Okay. I will, pull out my short bow, load an arrow, and fire.
Excellent.
Oh, I'm not impersonated. That's why it didn't work before.
Yeah. Ooh,
Okay.
hot damn.
Oh. No- Damn,
All right.
nice.
Was
I need you to
painful
roll
damage, but-
again. Oh wait, crit 3. Okay, I see. That's unfortunate. Oh no, that's the crit damage. Okay, I need to roll another d20 and add 5 to see if you confirm the crit. I don't have the confirmations in the framework yet. I need to do that. Right. 12. The arrow will slam towards its torso, hitting right into the sternum. However, parts of the thick muck covering the creature seems to resist the critical effect. Specifically, you did not confirm the crit. But it is a hit. That is 6 plus the 4 sneak attack damage, so that's 10 damage. And it is physical. The arrow slams into it, doing heavy damage to the creature as it's kind of pushed back by the force of the arrow. It is heavily injured, but is still floating there, tentacles whacking all around. Anything else?
Yeah. That's it.
All right. Another Bloody Bones has gained initiative.
Oh no.
That'd be this one, unfortunately. This one will begin to swim closer to the edge of the boards here, and he will swipe at you with a tendril.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
As you are grabbed by the creature and dragged towards it. However, you're already within 5 feet, so it doesn't actually drag you into the water, but you are grappled by it. I forget these things have reach with their tendrils. So that's good for you guys. Swap. Tentacle wrapped around. Ein.
Alright, to start things off was a knowledge check. Let's do... I have Marshall on this character, so I will do Marshall.
Excellent.
Tell me more about the tentacles.
15 on the tentacles. Let's see here. Alright. You know that they have the following traits. Combo, meaning that they have up to 2 abilities whose effects are particularly synergistic. Specifically, you just saw it, which is the tendril drag. They have Deadly, meaning that they have a higher than normal damage output. You've also seen that for the Rend ability with their claws. Then they have Ruthless, meaning that they will attack someone who is downed or otherwise incapacitated. In addition to that, you can learn one additional thing about them of your choice.
Sure. What are their resistances?
They are resistant to fire, immune to poison, and immune to the bleeding and poison conditions.
Any vulnerabilities, or is
Nope.
that another roll?
Nope,
Okay.
no vulnerabilities.
Okay. Alright. In short, TLDR, you should probably rage. Alright. And, alright, if fire won't work, it is time for everybody's favorite cantrip, Eldritch Blast.
Aha!
God,
Is this on the top or
one
the bottom?
damage. The bottom.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna focus it down.
The beam of energy will slam through it, causing a faint sparkling to reflect off the bones as the damage infuses into the creature's body. It is injured, but still focused on wary.
If you won't break, then I'll crush you instead. Okay. Alright. Go on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my dinner.
Alright. Garridan.
Alrighty. Should be plenty of distance. Or yeah, I got plenty of space. Move up to try and attract some attention. I will send the owl to do that thing that owls do.
Help me,
To give me advantage.
Aha!
And then I will reach out with my buckler hand and launch a chill touch at no number.
Aha!
As a 16,
That'll
the
hit it.
advantage roll is only a 13.
It is a grasped undead.
Alrighty. Sure, it's only 1d6. But it is. Oh, no, yeah. It's 1d8. And it has disadvantage on the attack rolls until the end of my next turn.
Alright, alright.
A whole 1
Fortunate.
damage.
The creature is graced by the chill touch as it kind of just like caresses its chin, causing it to shiver a little bit due to the weirdness of the attack.
And I will also make a. You said religion checks work?
Religion or martial, yeah.
Okay, I don't know anything.
Yep, these are weird bones. Anything else?
The chill touch did poop damage, but it accomplished what I wanted it to accomplish.
Very good,
I'm
very
done.
good. Alright, 2 more enemies have gained initiative. These 2 creatures here will float to the surface and begin swimming towards the bottle and fighting over it.
Hey, it did work.
They waste their action fighting over the bottle. Wary. You are grappled by the creature to the north.
Well, Wary, it was a terrifying character. I look forward to seeing your new one.
Gonna go ahead and rage and try to get out of this grapple.
It's fair.
I believe that's athletics.
It is indeed an athletics or acrobatics. But I imagine you're going to do athletics because advantage. And because
Yeah.
strength. Alright, let me go look at the DC to break out of this. Or pretty sure it's just opposed. At this point.
Usually grapple is.
Yes, okay. Quick thing you notice as you are trying to burst free. You notice that the tendrils themselves seem to wriggle of their own accord. Perhaps they might be a viable target to attack, essentially. But with the athletics check to break out, let me go give this thing its own athletics. It's a good chance if I can actually beat you, unfortunately, because these things are pretty athletics. But you are burst free from the tentacle as it wraps out and shucks back into the creature's body. And that is your action. But you are no longer grappled.
Lovely. Question is, do I want to risk moving or not?
Yeah,
good
I
question.
think you should probably try. None of us can get on the boards to help you.
That's true, but I can't get to you. I'd have to retreat.
That's better than being in the water.
Gonna go ahead and take the Aops.
Alright. Now the top one will attempt to tendril you again.
And that will hit.
Whap right around and you are dragged right next to it.
Uh.
Since you did not leave this one threatened, his one does not go off.
Alright. Well, back to square one.
So I stopped paying attention. Did you just try to move and then get grappled again?
Yes.
Alright. Bloody Bones number 3. This one right here. Seeing the creature grappled, he will also wrap his tendril around you.
Oh dear.
And will fail to wrap his tendril around you. He is a sad banana. Tyrannith. Let's see here. He's going to get a better angle by stepping here. And then he is going to use his bonus action to activate Compound to grant his next attack advantage. Because, he keeps missing. And he's going to shoot the one that's injured. Good thing I had advantage. That's still 4 damage, though. Arrow slams into the creature, causing some bone shards to splatter out, nicking your skin, but it just empowers your rage. Not literally, but Alright, there we go. And that was my bonus, my action, so that is 156 turn.
I'm torn. Because they might kill the snake, and that's not a problem for me. But he's also one of the chosen, and and Garrison seems to like him, and I like him, so... Um... Trying to think if there's anything else I can do other than just shoot, but I don't think there is.
Would you like to move and
Grappling's
shoot?
not considered incapacitated, is it? Or is it?
It's not. It just means you can't move.
Doesn't it also mean you can't attack, really?
No, you can. You're thinking of
You can attack when you're grappled, not when you're pinned.
restrained.
Alright.
Restrained, you have disadvantage. And then pinned is a worse condition I've added, which is pinned, but extra sad.
Alright, well, I'm gonna shoot Bloody Bones 3. I don't know which one has him grappled, but I'm gonna do the one that I could possibly maybe kill. I can't
Would you like to
actually
move
kill
first?
it, but... No,
This
why?
one's currently giving this guy +2 AC.
How would me moving help that?
Because you move here, and he no longer has cover from his ally.
Oh, well then sure.
Okay. Yeah, I do use the cover rules, so. The arrow will slam down. That would have hit even with cover. Pierces through the boards and slams into the bloody bones torso, dealing 13 damage as it is heavily injured by the blow. The creature is barely floating there. Most of its tentacles have kind of wrinkled back and looking very limp and sad. His bones are broken and shattered, but he is still floating. Private members do not know.
Okay, that's my turn.
Alright. Bloody Bones, no number. That is top fella. He has you grappled. He's going to start to drag
hey.
you.
Sage,
Yeah?
with my lore of humanoid anatomy, would I be able to make a check? Do these things count?
They do have a torso, so I'd allow it. You'd roll an intelligence check plus proficiency.
Plus 5. Ooh, not 1d10.
21. That's enough for two things. What would you like to learn?
So we already know their resistances, right?
Yeah.
Alright, what don't we know? I don't know what I can learn.
Let's see here. You don't know exactly what Ren does. You just know it does damage into the DC's 14 con for half, although 24 I would make it no damage. You don't know about their ability known as Slippery. You don't know about what their tendrils specifically do. So you can learn about tendrils, you can learn about Slippery, you can learn more about their rend, or you can learn about the statistics such as their skills, saves, attributes, HP, AC, so on.
I'll learn about their tendrils first.
Alright. A bloody bone's going to leash up to 4 sinewy tendrils to a maximum range of 30 feet. A tendril has 10 hit points with resistance to non-slashing physical damage. They have an AC of 17, except when they have a creature grappled, in which case their AC is 13. When you destroy the tendril severed, another will grow and take its place in 1d4 hours thereafter. Damaging a tendril does not damage the bloody bones.
Right. Also tell me about Slippery.
Slippery. Bloody bones are covered in a constant flow of thick, mucus-like blood. Webs, magic, or otherwise do not affect the bloody bones. Webs, it's mucus-like blood, period. Webs, magic, or otherwise do not affect the bloody bones, and they receive advantage on any check made to resist or escape a grapple or restraining effect. So they can escape grapples easier.
But they're covered in mucus. Wouldn't that make holding a grapple harder?
Their tendrils are not,
Oh.
which is what's actually grappling. Alright. But he is going to start dragging you, Wary.
Alright.
So, he moves half of his swim speed and drags you into the water. You are now dragged to there. And, he is going to start to claw you while you are in the water. 16 to hit.
That will just hit.
Alright, that is 5 damage because you are raging. And now it is Ein's turn.
Are they under the water or are they still visible?
They're still at the
I don't know
surface.
Okay.
If they're underwater, I'll mark it as such.
And it didn't do the damage right again for some reason. Yeah.
Oof. Let me look at your token.
Right. Probably me?
Alright, it should work now. Yeah, with 156 sneak attack, that's pretty hefty. You have really good damage if it's fire. And if Terranaf can hit and he's fighting demons, then he does pretty good damage.
His headset's off, Sage.
Oh. Unfortunate.
What? No, I'm here.
No.
Wanderers.
Wanderers.
Bless on you, 1546, and Terranaf. Very good. Bless.
Who's this 146 imposter?
It's not you. Alright. So, a wave of
Damn it.
divine fire washes over the three of you as you are all blessed. And let me go and give you the icon so you actually have the blessed state. There you go. Alright.
Test the damage really quick.
Mm-hmm. Very good, very good.
Okay, that worked, so I'm gonna heal myself 5.
Aha! That's unfortunately nothing. Alright, that is your turn. We go to Garridan.
Wait, what?
That was Ein's turn.
Yeah, no, but it calculated the damage, but then it subtracted the full damage, which is weird.
Right. Al will swoop de loop
Ooh, what do
to
you mean?
give advantage.
Very good.
I mean, it said it did dealt 5 damage, but then it dealt 10 damage to the token.
Are you using personal macro or campaign macro?
Campaign macro.
It should be working. I'll look into it.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later. I'll just do the damage manually.
All right, you are good to do
Healing
your
that
thing,
5,
Garridan.
I'm gonna make a martial check first.
All right.
I don't know anything.
Unfortunate.
But I will attempt to slap this guy with advantage.
Very good.
Shasha. All right.
That is
11
almost certainly
points
a
of
hit
damage.
as the blade
And
crushes.
it is it's silvered if it makes a difference.
It does not make a difference, but that is good to know. As the blade crashes into him, cleaving through the bones as the creature sinks to the bottom, defeated.
Huzzah. And do I have anything? No. That's it for me.
Very good, very good. Bloody Bones 2 and 1 will begin to fight for dominance over the bottle. I will be rolling a tendril attack for each of them to see who wins. Alright, Bloody Bones 1 has gained the bottle. Victorious, he will hold the bottle up with all 4 tendrils. This one will look sad and dejected and will begin to swim over. Sorry, I remembered specifically. I was going to give them a wisdom saving throw to see if he was going to swim away in sadness or going to join the fray in annoyance. He's going to join the fray in annoyance. So he will swim over here. Alright, Bloody Bones number 1. You succeeded in your thing, you've already done your thing, so your victory holding up the bottle, wary.
Gonna attack the tentacle that's grabbing me at this point.
Very good.
And I can use my claymore, or is that too big?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah, how tall are you?
I'm 6 foot, but 12 foot long.
Okay. So you are being held up, so you're not like sinking or anything like that, but you are close to being able to stand up, no problem. Like if you were on the ground not being held up, it'd be about to your lips.
All right.
The water.
So just raise up on my tail quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and reckless attack because
Excellent.
these guys are hitting me regularly anyway.
As a slam and jam to the tendril. The tendril that has 10 hit points. The tendril is destroyed by the blade, and cleave damage is what?
Cleave damage is minimum, right?
Yeah, minimum.
That would be 2 plus 6, 8.
So 10?
10, 12.
12. 12 damage crushes into the bloody bones that has you grappled, but no longer, as it has now 3 tendrils. This spurt of blood gouts into the water. Very good. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move right up to here. And I guess I'm gonna take attacks of opportunity as I try to get out.
Alright, he will whap out with a tendril towards you.
Yeah. Advantage will hit.
Yep, you are dragged back next to him. And
Hello.
that would also trigger from him because you are leaving both their squares, so he will also whap you with a tendril. And will have you whapped. Unfortunately,
Lovely.
these guys are very annoying.
Yes.
Alright, this one's dead. Terraneth. He's going to shoot the one that you shot at by getting a better angle first. First, he's going to bonus action to shoot boop. Actually, he's going to be a bro. He's going to move to the edge here, and he's going to try to pull you out of their grapple. Specifically by cutting both tendrils. I swear he's helpful.
I swear he helped.
He doesn't confirm the fumble. His bonus action to cut with his Spatha now does hit, does not clear the tendril, but one of them is at 8 out of, or 2 out of 10. So, he tried. He really tried. Alright, 156.
I get dragged under the ground. I'm under the goop. I'm just gonna give him a thumbs up that slowly sinks.
You are able to stand now. It's only the middle, which is 6 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's better.
Which one's grappling him?
Both.
Is it a higher... No, it's not a higher AC to target a tentacle, right?
Their AC currently to target a tentacle is 13, so it's actually lower.
Yeah,
No,
but I
there's
wasn't
two
sure
of
if
them.
calling a targeted shot made it...
Not
Because
not
we
for
used
this,
to
'cause
have that.
yeah, they specifically have rules for the tendrils. So
I will target one of the tendrils on... Allies don't provide cover, so... Bloody Bones, no number.
all right. All right, the arrow will pierce into the tendril, dealing solid damage. However, as the damage is not slashing, it does not quite cut the tendril in half. It is still there, but it is, for the most part, cut. 5 damage dealt. All right, very good, very good. Anything else?
Scoot. That's it.
All right, Bloody Bones, no number. That's this one. He has you grappled. He's going to give you the claws because you're already in the water. 15 to hit because of advantage because of reckless, I believe.
Correct. It will hit.
All right, that is
And-
11 slashing, and he will attempt to rend you.
Wait, AFK 1 minute.
11 slashing divided by half, or is that full?
5 damage total.
Okay.
All right, then a con save to reduce that rend damage. Alright, you didn't quite get plus 10, but that is success, so that is 4 damage and then reduced to 2 because of your resistance. So that's 2 more slashing. Alright, and that is his go. Ein.
Which one's still grappling him?
Both. Both have their tendrils injured, but both of them are still grappling.
There's 2 of them now. This is getting out of hand.
I think it'd be better for me to just try to kill, honestly. All right, this is without bless. Eldritch Blast on no name.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, that is a solid slam and jam.
That's a nat 20.
Oh, roll to confirm.
Plus, I'll include plus in this one. Okay.
That is a confirmed crit. Roll the extra damage. Has a total of 12 force damage. This is on the tendril or the creature.
Creature.
12 damage crushing into the creature as it is heavily injured by the blow. Nearly pushed back, but it is still grappling wary. Alright, very good.
All right.
Anything else?
Sure. Let's martial check again because why not?
Alright. Unfortunate.
I am blinded by rage right now.
Yep. Garridan.
What's a day without trudging through slime?
It's good for your skin.
Right, loop-de-loop for advantage.
Right, how tall are you?
Pretty tall. 6.
All right.
Even.
Moving through the middle 3 is difficult terrain. It also, if you are in the middle, then it is disadvantage on attack rolls due to the depth
Okay.
of the water.
I may rethink what I'm doing then. What if I were to go this direction? Would I still have enough?
Well, it's still difficult terrain because the edge here is really shallow, so you can move through here no problem. Difficult terrain, you're essentially swimming at this point. Difficult terrain, free to move.
Yeah, that's still.
I'd go for the closer one.
Yeah, if you want to cheese it, you probably do it like that, or like do without provoking this guy.
What's the tendril situation on this man?
This tendril has 2 HP left out of 10.
Okay. I'll give that tendril a slicing with owl vantage.
Excellent. Alright, that tendril is most certainly sliced and diced. It is now down 1 tendril, and you are no longer grappled from this one. Alright, look at that. Very good, very good. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, number 2 has gained initiative. Number 2 is right here. Number 2, losing its grapple, he is going to give the good ol'... let's just do a claw. He's going to claw you, Garridan. 18 to hit for 8 slashing, and then he will rend. Oh, wait, that's a miss. You have 19. He tries to rend into your flesh, but you deflect the blow. Alright, number 1 has gained initiative. This is this one here. He is going to make a wisdom saving throw. Having achieved...
Hold on. What?
Yep.
Sorry. What? Yeah, 18.
Yeah, it's a miss.
18 misses.
Having achieved his mighty bottle, he seems to be, for the most part, uncaring about what's going on over here, and he will continue to raise the bottle high before sinking down below the waves. Wary.
I'm gonna attack the tentacle still holding me.
Excellent.
Gonna go ahead and reckless attack it.
Excellent. That is a solid slam and jam for 14 damage and 12 damage to the creature. The tentacle is destroyed, and he is most certainly injured. He now has 2 tendrils left. Alright, very good. And you are no longer grappled. Anything else?
My moving away has not worked so far, so I'm just gonna stay here.
Fair. Alright. Terranath. He's no longer able to slice and dice those things, but he has his swords out now, so he might as well use them. So he's going to hop into this, being like, ugh, and he's going to swing. Falcata has a 20 to hit, which is a hit for 13 damage. He will kill the creature, and he will take a step, difficult terrain here, and swing his Spatha. And that one is a miss. It barely misses. It pierces through the ribs and into one of the thick roots around the creature. This one is super dead, though. Alright. And from there we go to 156. There's 1 creature remaining in the combat.
Are you muted?
They are not muted.
Oh, sorry.
Hello.
tentacles are not actively gripping anything, yeah?
Correct.
Well, I'm not playing the let's get in the water game. So...
Man, roll to confirm.
Damn.
Unfortunately, it's not a confirmed crit, but that is 11 damage to the one down south. Will slam
Isn't
into
that
him
with
for heavy
bless?
damage.
Is that with Bless, or can Bless not save that?
Bless could save it if you roll a 4,
Roll Bless?
What am I rolling for
a
Bless?
d4.
There we go!
Alright, that's confirmed crit. That is 11 plus 11, 22 damage, piercing into the creature's sternum as it nearly explodes in a shower of blood and mucky sewer stuff. But then it seems to reform itself as the tendrils whap the bones back in place. It is heavily, heavily injured, but still alive. Very good. Anything else?
No.
Alright. This one's dead. Ein.
Alright, guess I'm shooting a tendril. Alright, Eldritch Blast! I don't think Blast can save that. Did I DC? Oh,
No, I cannot save that.
yeah.
That is a miss as the blast flies past and shatters into the wall lining the water itself.
Alright,
Anything
well,
else?
for giggles here, have another martial check.
Hey, that gets you stuff. What would you like to learn?
What haven't we learned about these?
You can learn something specifically about their type, specifically their multi-attack, or you can learn about their statistics such as AC, HP, speed, abilities, skills, saves.
Well, let's learn more about their multi-attacks, and I have a feeling we're going to run into more of these.
Alright, so these ones are in fact some of the weaker forms of these creatures. In fact, that these creatures do not possess this ability, but their kind themselves do. These creatures normally can make 4 tendril attacks and 1 claw attack, or 2 claw attacks in a single attack action. These ones, however, can either do one or the other, as they have been
I see.
weakened from hunger.
I see. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Okay.
Now they are fucking scary. They're CR3.
Wonder they wanted a chef.
It's true.
So if we beat 4 creatures with 4 of us, and they're all CR3, that means we become level 3, right?
Totally.
That's how it works. It's like
Totally how it works.
1-to-1.
Hmm. Alright. But yeah, anything else for you? I'm gonna take the silence as a no and go to Garridan.
All right. Take a shuffle.
Alright.
Get advantage from Al Friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I will attempt to slap this. What's the bonus for flanking again? It's plus
Yeah,
2
plus
to
2
attack.
to hit. Yep, plus 2 to hit.
Second. Oh, okay. Yeah, I noticed earlier I have a miscellaneous plus 2 damage amount, but I forgot it was my warrior
Yes.
thing. All right, just making sure we're all we're all
Yeah.
on the same page here. Hey, give him a big
Alright,
old
that is
10
a solid
baby.
slam as the blade cuts deep into the creature, causing severe damage, but the creature is still floating there. Anything else?
I'll give him a kick. It's not really an action. I'll just kick him.
Giving him the insult to his injury. Excellent.
Yep.
His turn. Being insulted by the injury, he will strike out at you with a claw. And will horribly miss. Wary.
Yep.
Yeah, Wary's just gonna have enough of these guys and attack this guy head on.
Excellent. Recklessly?
Reckless attack, yes.
Excellent. That is a solid slam, and with one fateful blow, crushing deep into its skull and through its ribcage, the creature is cleaved in two, defeated, and floats to the bottom. And with that, combat is over.
Well,
Seems the one
that
that was
went well.
alive is happy with its new toy. Or at least trying to find the food that's inside it.
Well, say no to tentacles.
Get out, covered in ick. 156 is gonna back away. She is holding her coat like she does not want it to get dirty at all.
Yeah, that was quite unpleasant.
I thought it would just be some of those garbage monsters, but no. Tentacles and skeletons.
Do I have
Well, it could have
prestidigitation
been
for
much
me?
worse.
Well,
I hope you do, because I fucking don't. But you're divine,
No.
so you
Yeah,
probably
no, I don't.
not.
I use a cantrip to make a. There's no way we'll have bless for the next encounter, right?
No, that is correct.
We
Yeah,
can start
yeah.
screaming.
No.
You guys could if you want to.
No, I make a bonfire. I use cast bonfire. Okay. Well, you can at least dry stuff off here.
Do you not have prestidigitation?
No.
We'll step for
What kind
the
of fucking
bonfire.
spellcaster are you?
They're
An
oracle.
Divine spellcasters don't get prestidigitation.
I know. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That's why you shenanigan it and get it anyway.
Taranaf is going to look over you, Eri. You look a little beat up. Let me help.
Like, it is appreciated.
Like,
You will.
can you maybe
She's
hold
gonna
off.
she's gonna point at the fire and motion it over here, away from the edge of the water and not where you dumbasses are standing.
Fair enough.
thank you.
I coax the fire to literally just hop over here.
And he will heal you for 6 hit points as he casts Cure Wounds on you.
She literally does, if you can imagine it, the Patrick thing. What if we take the fire and push it over here?
Yes, and then I'll make the fire do a jig too.
Here you go. I'll also lay on hands wary for 5.
Very good, very good.
Because that's all I got. So I'm a monstrosity.
At this point in time, let me go zoom out in my DM view. The pull that you're feeling, all 4 of you, seems to still be coming from the north, ever so slightly east, but it is still on this level. So you do not think it's down through this alcove. You think it's some other way to get up here.
Hooray.
As they're drying off, I'm gonna check out over here.
All right, I'm gonna go and reveal some more fog.
That's when you encounter more skeletons.
All right, you find several barrels and crates sealed, but they are there.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna open anything. I just wanted to reveal the room.
Very good, very good.
Any idea what's in this room back here?
Oh, what'd you say?
Any idea what's in this room back here?
No, but I figured I would wait till everyone's ready before I leave the room, just in case.
Curiosity, is this drying ourselves off considered a short rest, or are we...
If you would like to take a short rest, you are free to attempt to do so. Otherwise, it is not considered a short rest at this moment.
I'm ready whenever you all are. I'm fine to wait, but all that's hurt is my pride.
The drying will take about 10-15 minutes, so it's not quite
Your
there.
Your pride. I'm the one that fell in.
Well, actually, 156 will scamper and lean.
All right, it is another
You-
bedchamber with a
you might have-
normally large bed. Not actually, but there's a bed there.
You might have fallen in, but I'm the idiot that went after you. Which
I
one of us is
appreciate
really
it.
the dumb one?
156's eyes will widen and her ears will twitch as if she is excited, and whoop.
Sneaking forward, you find the large bed. It is large for you because it is medium size, even though it looks like it's gargantuan.
Is there actually a blanket on it?
There is. And a pillow.
She will take the blanket.
You have a very mighty fine blanket, size for a medium creature.
Gargantuan bed.
Scamper. I will offer the blanket to Garrison. She'll just walk up and offer it to him without saying anything.
Thank you.
You have achieved a dusty blanket.
Oh, see, she wants you to use it to like dry off.
Alright, I'll dry off on the progressively now getting stinkier blanket.
It's true. All right. We want you to press forward or find a nice little cubby hole to rest in. I have a few spells left if you need it, but I figured if we're going to be going deeper into this place, we might need them further in.
Yes, better to save them. I should be fine to continue. It's just, if we rest, I could get better, but probably better to save the rest for later.
If you guys want to wait here, I can see what's ahead and come back.
That works for me.
Okay. Just stay here and be safe. Don't go next to the water.
You want some company?
Hoot!
She looks like she's going to say no, but then she realizes you probably mean the owl, and she will nod.
All right. That feel when it is an owl, but it is smaller than you, so it's safe.
Yes.
All right, I need you to roll a new stealth check for both the bird and 156. I'm gonna go back into center continuously. Very stealthy.
Owls should have a stealth bonus. They are naturally silent flyers.
They should.
Like it's the trait of owls to be silent flyers.
It's true. It is true.
I'm going to I'm gonna inspiration that.
All right. All right.
All right.
You feel stealthy. All right, round in the corner, you can see that it opens up into a long pathway. And then the way down here also opens up into a long pathway.
Scamper.
Scamper, scamper.
Stealthy scamper.
Excellent. Scampering forward, you see it continues on and opens up into a few side rooms. Let me go reveal some of those.
Yeah, just stealthy scamper.
Boop.
Oh, sorry, Sophia.
There you are. See another storage room to the right. You're not quite sure what's on the left side, but you no bridge in sight, so let me go reveal northward some more.
Also, I did have to double check just to make sure. The 100 feet thing is only telepathy. I'm gonna share senses.
Gotcha. Very good, very good.
Well, as 156 has no idea about any of that, as they get to this alcove.
Blue owl. Can you tell them to come here? Can you I don't know if you can do that.
Let me check.
You can still speak as Garridan, I believe. You just can't see or hear as Garridan.
I.
But
Oh no! I thought you meant through the familiar. I was like, I don't think you.
No, you can't. You can't speak through the familiar. You can speak as Garridan, though. Having watched freaking Caleb do this X many times, I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
that is not how we were using it in Sean's game with the set.
I mean, I can look it up.
Hold on, let me check the spell. You can. You are deaf and blind. You can still speak.
Yeah, but isn't it only of a range of 100 feet? Is
That's for
shared-
No,
telepathy.
you're thinking of telepathy.
Yeah, you can share
I
senses.
thought
Just
share senses was also only 100 feet.
no, you just can share senses.
No, that's what I needed to look up.
Mhm.
Head bob. Communicate information.
All right, and the group makes their way forward. I'm just gonna shucky duck you into the side storage room.
I mean, as we're walking, I'm gonna take my eyes back.
Excellent. All right. Moving forward, you can see there's another rickety bridge, though this one looks to be a bit more steady because the logs themselves are, more overlapped, more placed in a manner that would indicate they are steady. But we'll see. And revealing some more stuff, and revealing stuff, and there you are. Up ahead, at the edge of your vision, here you can see that there's some more of the ashen bodies laying prone up on the ground. They don't seem to have any weaponry in hand, but they are ashen. Alright. Oh, look at that. We're opening up into a large area now. Opening up into a large area, you can see that there is a long piece of wood here, which might have been placed as a makeshift walkway over the river. It's just kind of set to the side. It's not grimy at all. You can also see that there's a pillar just at the edge of your village vision, and that there is more bodies up ahead, a few of which have weapons in hand. Although, they're still laying prone, or a few of them are standing up in a running position.
I'll have Sophia get them to advance to this room.
Alright, let me go drag them. Whoop.
I will walk around the plank so it doesn't creak when I step on it.
Very good, very good. Alright, and as you get to there, I'm going to just go and grab the square erase tool for this area. And a bit further up here. That is what you see. A large landing here, and it seems to curve off to the east. You can feel your tug pulling you in this direction. The area itself, however, is littered with a total of 8 ashen skeletal forms wielding weapons, and about 7 additional who are weaponless, just lining the floor here.
Is this eastward path off map?
It is not. It will continue.
Okay. I will move here.
Alright.
Carefully avoiding the bodies, of course.
Indeed. Alright, moving there. A lot of stuff to reveal over here. I mean, it works. It's not perfect, what you would see, but, it works. Opens up, and it seems to travel northward as well as eastward and southward.
Before we do anything, I'm gonna check these top areas to make sure they're safe.
Alright. The north one seems to be a bedchamber, and the other north one seems to be another bedchamber with a dresser. And then over here seems to be some piping leading westward.
Fuck my life. She's gonna look in the dresser.
Alright, roll an investigation check.
All systems.
Alright, with a 19, looking through the dresser drawers, you would find that the dresser themselves seems to have some things that you might find interesting, like basic clothing, raggedy, moth-eaten, I don't really know what you'd want, but maybe those, I don't really know. However, you do find something of interest beyond those. You'd find a small sack, hefty with coin, and then, kind of in the back, tucked away, another potion, color of which you could not make out, but it is another bottle filled with liquid. Mystery bottle X1 and coin sack X1 with 50 GP inside.
Okay.
And I can add the clothing if you'd want, but I don't know if you actually want that.
No.
Okay.
She will take the bottle and put it in her bag.
Mhm.
And then she will come back here and ask Sophia to get the party.
I need the party to roll me a stealth check.
Does that include me, or are you taking my stealth?
You
from
are
their
individual
average?
stealth. Yeah.
All right. That's not bad.
Oh,
Ooh.
And
God.
then Terranath rolls a 1.
No, I didn't.
And Wary
Oh,
rolls
okay, I
a
did.
6.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, that's
That's
no,
not
no.
good. This is
And I
bad.
roll a spring.
All right. Well, we'll see how it goes. This is not going to be a great passive or a great stealth. Yeah. All right, you guys make your way forward and begin to move through the corpses beyond the creatures. What is your actual marching order?
I'll go. This is probably, if you want to cover the back, I'll cover the front.
Oh, probably a good idea. I do have the greater range.
All right. Moving through. Unfortunately, you guys are trouncing upon the wooden board as you're hovering against the wall, making noise. And as you get to hear 156, roll me a perception check. Also, the owl can roll as well. Although you're no longer looking through their eyes, so it'd just be the owls.
Yep. Oh, they have perception advantage, not stealth. Oh well, I use that. I use inspiration to re-roll that roll anyway. There, yeah, +3. I'll just roll it manually, add it later. Owl
Owls
has
have an
19.
advantage.
Yep. They have advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or sight.
All right. The owl with a 19 notices several of the bodies begin to twitch and move. The ones that have weapons specifically. The 7 that do not have weapons do not move. They seem to still be ashen and truly dead. The owl
hooty hoot.
will give off an alarmed hooty hoot, alarming the group of the imminent attack. However, that's not enough to get everyone out of the surprise round. Luckily, though, these creatures' surprise round is literally just to stand up. So, roll me initiative.
Oh. Nice. Okay, Sage, if I know where the bodies are, could I say I would have stopped, like, here
You
if I'm
can
trying not to
reposition.
step
Yeah,
on them?
you can reposition.
Thank you.
All right, let me go and did I add these guys already to initiative? I did not. Let me go add them. There we go. All right, that is 1, 2, 3. 3 rolls of initiative. We need our 156.
Oh, I didn't.
Excellent. All right, that is initiative rolled. Sorting initiative. We begin with 156. Seeing the bodies move now freely, you are able to recognize that they are a hostile threat. And I'm gonna go and put the music back on.
Remember, if you do need to get out, you should be able to cunning action disengage. Or
These
dash.
creatures can human and enemy will work, so you can use that. You can also use martial or religion for knowledge checks upon them. Oh, 1 second. I have to go. Be right back. I am back, and that is at 22. Dear God, that's high. Alright. So, you learn many things about them. You learn that their traits are fast. This trait implies that the creature has a higher than normal attack output. This isn't necessarily tied to a specific ability, it just means its base multi-attack can exceed the norm, resulting in a higher number of attacks in a given action. When this trait is taken, a creature's average damage category is lowered by 1 step on any fast attack ability. So, damage is likely to be lower than normal creatures of this type. Additionally, you can learn 3 additional things about the creature. You can learn about statistics, you can learn about its multi-attack, or you can learn about its specials.
Tell me about its multi-attack.
Alright, its multi-attack. The Hollow can make 2 martial attacks using a single attack action. So either its broken short sword or its short bow can make 2 of those. You now have statistics or specials to learn about.
Specials.
Specials. It has the specials of Depravity, Feral, and Pack Tactics, which you'd like to learn more about.
Pack tactics.
It's the same as yours. It has advantage if it's next to an ally within 5 feet of a hostile creature.
And what are the other 2?
Depravity and Feral.
Depravity.
Depravity. The Hollow's multi-attack becomes 4 melee attacks against a creature who has used all their movement for the round. So if you move your full, 30 feet, it gets 4 attacks against you.
Oh, fuck me.
That is what the fast trait is giving it. Also, I do appreciate the person who gave me this monster. One of the people I follow on Patreon, Eldridge. Man, I don't remember their name. Oh god, they made a bunch of Dark Souls stuff, which is what these things are. Eldridge.
I was just going to say, Sage. I just yell, "Praise the sun."
Praise the sun.
At
yeah.
least you can bail out with your cunning action dash or disengage if you get stuck.
Specifically, they are... I just want to shout them out because they do good maps. Etched in Eldritch. There we go. They have a bunch of Dark Souls maps that they're working on, that they're recreating and map D&D stuff. So, anyways, there you go. That is what you learn about these creatures. And,
Sage, how high is this box?
it's about 5 feet off the ground.
Can I attempt to climb / jump / whatever onto the box?
You can. It would be a...
Huh. I was hoping this would be a valid spot, like
It is.
against the wall. Oh, it is?
Yeah. My hidden layer wall is right here, so this means that
Oh,
these
okay.
squares are viable.
Then yeah, I will attempt to climb up the box.
Very good.
And I will
That-
pull out my crossbow, but I don't.
It's
That's
easy enough to do. So no worries about rolling anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it just takes movement, so it's 10 feet
so-
of movement.
Moving, pulling out the bow is part of my move action, so I have enough turns to shoot, right?
Yeah.
Cool. No one is near me, so I do not get advantage. I will shoot hollow 4.
Very good, very good. That will slam into the creature. Unfortunately, you do not have sneak attack, but that is still damage to the creature. As the arrow chunks into this body, you can see a puff of dust spill out. The creature will look towards you. He seems fairly injured, but uncaring about the damage he just suffered. Very good. Anything else?
That's it.
Alright, from there we go to hollow number 10. Which is you. Alright, closest living creature would be 30 feet. 30 feet. It's a tie between you two, so he's going to roll a d2. You are the one. 156.
I don't know how in the hell I would say this non-mechanically, but I will try to tell them not to use all of their movement. But I don't... I really don't know how to say that non-mechanically.
Move slowly and carefully.
Sure, that she will tell them that.
Alright, he's going to move to here, and he's going to swing at you with his... Oh, actually have to roll. I forgot. These guys are random on what weapon they're using. Is he using the short sword or the bow? He's using the bow. He's going to shoot an arrow at you. And I will mark on his label that he's got a bow. 18 to hit for 2 piercing.
That'll hit.
Alright, as minor damage as the rusty arrow pierces into your flesh, barely bypassing your armor. And then that's his go. Hollow number 5. You see that he knocks 2 arrows, readying for next round. Number 5, you are this one. This one here, you are definitely the closest one. He's going to roll a d2 to see if he has bow or he's got a bow out. A lot of these guys have bows, apparently. Alright, and now that that's covered, he is going to shoot an arrow at you. Pew! 19 to hit for 2, and then he will shoot another one, rapidly knocking another arrow. This one, however, will miss, shooting into the stonework behind you. So that's 2 more damage. Number 9.
She will let out a rat-like screech as she is hit by the arrow.
Alright, you are most certainly closest to number 9. Number 9 is going to roll a d2. Also a short bow. I'm going to start rolling d3s next.
Stop, mate. I got on the box for a reason.
That is a 18 to hit for 1 piercing. He will shoot again. 13 to hit, which is a miss.
On the side, if they all have bows, pack tactics doesn't matter.
It's true. Garrett in.
Alrighty. 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna move here, and I'm going to make a show of being alive, and I will take the total defense action. Or
Right.
dodge.
Very good, very good. As you take your dodge action, give me an intimidate check.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. And Al will stay with
Very good.
156.
Alright. Take a look at their notes. You have successfully antagonized the enemy.
And that will be it for me.
Alright. Wary.
I only moved 25 feet. Huzzah!
Mm-hmm.
40 feet, and I haven't used all my movement.
You're 5 feet away, though. It's dangerous.
Huh. I'm 5 feet away, yes,
Mhm.
but I have to be that close to hit.
Yep.
Gonna go ahead and attack Hollow 6.
Very good, very good.
I'm not gonna do recklessly because I'm not raging yet. I should rage though. This will get dangerous quick. Yeah, I'm gonna use my second rage.
Alright.
I just realized how I should have told you to move slowly. I should have told you to move slowly because their vision relies on movement.
You always think of the best thing after the fact. It's okay.
I will go ahead and reckless attack on
Very good,
the one
very
right
good.
above me.
Alright, that is a solid slam and jam as he is cleaved into and pierced through him. Your blade slams into the one behind him and cleaves him down too. Because your minimum is 12, so. Blech. Both pool down to the ground, piles of ash, leaving behind cloth rags, the clothing they wear, piles of arrows for those who have short bows, short bow, and then those who have short swords, a broken short sword. Very good. Anything else?
No, I'm not gonna use my last 5 feet of movement.
Excellent. Number 4 is gained initiative. Number 4 is going to roll a d3 to see if they have a weapon, or what weapon they have. 3 is bow, the rest are sword. I swear.
Wow.
He's going to shoot at you with disadvantage. That's a miss. Alright. That one's dead. Ein.
Alright. So, correction. So if I don't move at all, I don't need to worry about.
You just should not move your full movement. So if you hit 25, you're fine. If you hit 30, you're in danger.
Yeah, well, I moved 20 anyway, so.
I was about to say his
Oh.
his movement is
Well,
at 30.
if your maximum's 20, then if you move 15, then you're fine. If you move 20, you're in danger.
Yeah, so you know what I'm going to do again? Hey, let's go for another round of Bless. This time, Wary and Garridan get to play with Bless, and I'll put the Bless on myself.
All right. Bless
Second round of
active.
Bless.
A wave of divine fire reaches out towards all of you as you are blessed.
Yeah, and now I'm going to go get the. I'm
Right.
gonna be back here.
All right. His turn.
Alright.
Blades in hand. He is going to move forward here, and he's going to cut into this one. Falcata swing. Damage applied. That's 5 damage. The creature is still standing. Spatha side slam. Stabs into the back of the skull as it poofs into dust. Hollow number 7 has gained initiative.
Best backstory cohort.
Alright, he's got a sword. Look at that. One has a weapon that's melee. He's going to move forward and he's going to swing at you, Garridan. 20 to hit for 4 piercing. Disadvantage though, because of dodge. 18 to hit for 4 piercing.
I don't wanna quibble. Doesn't that balance out because of pack tactics?
Alright, pack tactics. Yep, that is a hit then.
Either way, I will use my reaction to get a +2 AC from my buckler.
As you parry the blow. Ting! He is sad. Number 8. I'm a little wary of actually rolling a d3 here, but I'm going to do it. Okay, sword. He'll move to here. He has pack tactics advantage, which is cancelled.
Well,
It's 1 damage.
yeah, I mean, you know.
I didn't confirm, so.
Yeah. Alright, he'll like cut my finger or something. Ow.
Alright.
Rude.
And that is their turn. We go to 156. You're beginning to see that these things are very weak, but are dangerous when in swarms.
Gonna shoot Hollow 4.
Alright. Arrow will
Wow.
unfortunately pierce into his flesh and then go right through him. It seems to do no harm, as the dust in the area was or the air that you slammed was simply
Wait.
just a dust pocket.
Did that roll with advantage? Does it not show? This is the first time I've actually looked at it.
It does not show now.
But it did roll with
If you
advantage.
clicked advantage, it would have rolled with advantage because it's 2d20 d1, so it drops the lowest.
Okay, just
But I will
making
go
sure.
make sure by looking at the lip. But I'm pretty sure it yeah, if you clicked advantage, it should do it.
Like, not trying to quibble, obviously, if it wasn't rolling with advantage before,
Yeah.
but it's just, this is the first time I've looked at it, because it's the first time I failed.
It is indeed rolling with advantage. I will update the framework so it shows both rolls.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure.
Alright. There we go. Unfortunate. Hollow number 5. This one here is going to shoot at you, Garridan.
That will get you a disadvantage.
He does have... Wait, let me just look at something real quick.
I mean, either he's
No, it's
shooting at
cancelled
me,
out.
or he's in.
It's cancelled out. Because
Does
pack
that have
tactics.
pack tactics? Oh
If he
yeah,
has
that is
5
how it works with
Yep.
with archery.
So
Either
he's
way.
just, he's just canceled out. That's a miss. Number
Yeah, either
9.
way.
Number 9 is up here, and he will shoot at you as well.
Okay.
Will miss. Garrison.
All right. Mr. Al. Well,
That's
first
your
thing, I'm
turn.
gonna make a religion to see if they have any particular weaknesses or anything.
All right.
That's
They
only a
seem to be
12.
weak against big swords.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if that gets me anything.
A 12. That will get you some stuff indeed. What would you like to learn?
If they have any weaknesses.
Their weakness is they are really squishy. I will tell you that their HP is 10 and their AC is 10. They don't have any resistances, vulnerabilities, immunities, or anything like that.
All right. Al is going to assist me
Very good.
before heading back to 156, and I'm going to Green Flame Blade number 7.
Excellent.
Oh, and also, by the by, just so I don't forget after the attack, readying my buckler again.
Excellent.
All right, attacking 7.
Do you need to attack 7, or can you attack 4 or 5? Because I can take out 2 if they're next to each other.
That's a good point. I'll attack 4, and then 7 will get the Green Flame Blade.
Excellent.
Bop.
All
That
right.
is an 11 and a 2 fire for 7.
He pops into dust, and the one over here is lit aflame as his cloth jerkin is burnt to dust.
Right, attacked on, buckler readied. That's all my actions.
All right,
I
wary.
will not move.
No, he's the naked Ashman.
It's true.
Gonna go ahead and swing at the one right next to me. Well,
Ooh, roll to
okay.
confirm. All right, does not confirm. Swinging down, you do manage to cleave right into the creature's skull, but seems there's some form of thick metal plate there that catches the blade, and it doesn't quite dig in, and you have to like pull back to get your blade ready for the next swing. All right, Ein. Unless you have anything else you'd like to do.
Just gonna move to there.
Excellent. All right, Ein, it is now your turn.
Inch forward. Shoot hollow 5 because shoot hollow 5 with a firebolt
Very good, very good.
plus 1d4. Even though it's unnecessary.
That is a
Okay.
slam, and he is burnt afire as he is now ash. Ooh.
Wasn't he already Ash?
I mean, he's a pile of ash now.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
burn to ash. Creature made of ash. Extra crispy ash.
I
Mhm.
burned your ashes.
Very
What?
good, very good. Anything else?
No.
All right. Terranath. Let's see here. Can I get up there? I could. I'm gonna rush forward here and I'm gonna swing at the archer in the back. Falcata stabs. Dead. Okay, he's dead. Look down here in sadness because I can't actually get there. Because I was 35 and I can only get to there. I'm just gonna end my turn here as this guy's dead. Dead. Alright. Now is the Hollow's turn. Both are still antagonized, so they both will swing out. They both have short swords, so here is short sword number 1. You are no longer dodging, so they have advantage. That's a miss. And that is a miss. 156.
Yeah, doing my job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot at Hollow 7.
Very good, very good. Alright, that is a solid slam into Hollow 7. For 11 damage, he pops into dust. Ooh.
I'm done.
All right, Garrison, would you like the kill?
Alrighty. Guess I'm just gonna try to attack this one.
Excellent.
Owl, swoopy swoop, swoop back,
Ooh.
and yeah, just cause.
Just to make sure. That will slam and jam into him as he poofs into dust. And with that, combat is over.
Oh, that was weird.
Huzzah! I have one spell left. I probably shouldn't have used Bless here, but you know, just in case.
Oh, low levels.
Shouldn't have used my rage. Oh well.
I mean, if they had actually hit, it would have been scary, but you know.
Is everyone okay?
She'll stay climbing off of the box.
I'm unharmed.
I think I've got a little scratch, but I'm fine.
A bit tired, but otherwise fine.
Splendid.
There are some rooms if you want to rest. Oh, Garrison,
She'll walk up and hand you the bag of 50 coins, which either split it 4 ways, or if I don't know if we have a communal money pile, but I see Lee. She views Garrison as the coin holder because he has the fancy chest.
I mean,
I have a chest.
Yeah,
I mean,
you have the
he's
chest
the-
full of money.
he's probably the responsible person in the group with the money anyway.
I'll keep a hold on this and we'll split it up when we're safe.
So just for the sake of ease, are we just dividing that 4 ways now?
I'm sure. I mean, I'm fine
Sure.
with that. That's like what?
12.5. So 2 people donate your 5, and 2 people get 13.
Well, we can do this. So
Oh, actually, I have 68.5, so
everyone gets 12 gold and 5 silver. I'll give people silver to balance it out.
Okay. Do we have like a community communal spreadsheet or something to track everybody's inventory, or
I might have made you
no,
guys one.
because
I'll go
Sage
check.
is the one that does that, and he's not a player.
all right?
I might have made you guys one. I'll go check. But feel free to continue doing the shoops. If I didn't, I could
Alright.
just copy another one I made and just give you guys that.
Sure. Well, anyway.
So yeah, there. If you guys want to rest,
Might be prudent at this point.
I'm good.
Are we considering a long one or a short little thing?
Well, if we took a long one, if we did take a rest, it would probably be to get spell slots back. So
we're not likely, I think, to find much reprieve when we go out into the city. If we don't make too much noise and we stay out of the water, this might be a safe place for now. If
A little too epic.
if you guys need to rest, we might do it here.
mm-hmm.
I'm fine with that. I can keep an
Yeah.
eye out on things.
Sure.
She will. I guess I'll not take Sophia. She will basically walk you guys over here.
Alright. So we'd like to take a short or a long rest?
I think long.
I think long is the only thing that will actually affect us much.
So
Alright. In that case, who is taking watches? Or actually I have a macro, don't I?
I'll take a watch. Do you want me to take a watch? I'll do it.
Okay, you guys are gonna have to put someone in second watch because that is not being filled anymore.
I'll take it.
All right, 156.
Oh, actually, I wanted to RP something, so I will take it if someone wakes her up. But let me RP something real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Sure.
As they decide to rest, 156 will crawl onto this bed, grab the blanket, curl up, make a little nest out of herself, which might be adorable in a childish way, and promptly pass the fuck out. Wouldn't take you guys much to know that she had been very, very brave with the Fallen when she was negotiating, and then very brave scouting this place. She is mentally exhausted. You can wake her up for her shift. I'm not saying you can't, just I wanted to do that bit of RP.
I think if we're organizing this, maybe Ein should take second watch so that Wari doesn't have to hand off to 156.
Oh, you are taking all of my fun.
Yeah.
You also have Terranaf who can take watches.
Yeah. Terran should probably take second watch, I think.
I don't
Yeah.
really need to literally sleep right now, so you can just let 156 rest, and I'll deal with their watch.
All right.
Terranath and I can cover the last two shifts.
Yeah.
So Wary, Ein, Garridan and Terranath.
Assuming I can still get the benefits without, like, literally sleeping.
Yeah, I don't think you actually have to sleep on a long rest, you just have to rest.
Well, you probably do if it's night. I just don't know if it's, like, that late since we actually started.
You guys got here afternoon, and you haven't been traveling for super long. It's still light outside.
Yeah, probably midday at most.
Yeah, it's about 2-ish
We
p.m.
got here at noon, and we've been traveling at half speed because stealthing most of the time.
Mhm.
So
Oh, either way, I can still take a nap during first and second watch anyway. So that'll get me some sleep.
Mhm.
Alright, so Wary, Ein, and then those two.
All right, let's see.
That's our rotation.
I have it there in case you do take a watch. But
Yeah.
all right. So first watch. Let's see if there's any encounter during the night. This is skewed heavily towards combat. So the chance of a good encounter is very low. Just for clarity, because you guys are in a ruined city of, evil. So let's see. And then let's see which watch encounter could be found upon.
I'm still amused that we're putting the guy who has no ability to perceive things on a watch alone.
All right. Place yourself where you would be during the watch, and place those who are sleeping during the watch where they would be, and then Wary, give me a perception check. Also, I'm gonna post this in your item lab. And I'm gonna pin it. There you guys go. I need to add some conditional
Also-
formatting to it, but otherwise it works.
Ein would know that she's free to sleep 156. If Ein cares.
Yeah, sure.
He's gonna be in the corner meditating. Alright. Keeping an eye out, Wary, you begin to hear shuffling. You see some of the hollows that you encountered before moving towards you and your party. Specifically, they are coming from this direction down here, and you see a total of... to roll a d12. You see 5 of them shuffling forward.
Which direction down where?
West.
Okay.
You can attempt to let them pass you guys, or you can attempt to fight them. It's up to you. but they are currently making their way along this stretch of the sewer.
Probably better to just kill them.
5 of them.
Yep,
Or that's your
5.
call.
The thing I'm debating is, do I wake the party for this,
Or just kill them yourself.
or just kill myself?
I mean, you could just let them pass.
And keep in mind, if you're like XP Goblin, I give XP for evading or killing or diplomatizing. If the counter is completed, it's given.
I wasn't even considering that. I was just going. There's 5 of them. I can
Kill
kill
them in 3
2 at
rounds.
once.
Yeah,
You
they're
don't
really
have your
squishy.
rage. Do remember that you don't have your rage though, which
Yeah, I'll take more damage, but we'll be doing a full rest hopefully. So
I rolled
It's
really
more-
freaking low on the encounter type, by the way. Rolled a freaking 6.
yeah, I'm gonna engage him.
All right, you gonna wake your companions or just by yourself?
I'm just gonna do it by myself. I'm going to kind of
Alright.
approach
1 second,
over here.
just for simplicity.
Oh.
1, 2, 1 potential hit. Do you have anything to negate attacks on you?
No.
Okay. That's 2. So that's 6. And I'm going to do 3 of them now. That's now 9. And then that would be 11. I'm just seeing if the fight's even worth doing a fight, because these things are really
Yeah.
squishy, and yeah. If they did those rolls, which I just rolled, assuming they were able to get all of them attack you, the round and then the second round and the third round, you would have been taking a total of 13 damage.
Yeah, that's
So-
not enough to.
Yeah, no. So easily enough, you managed to cleave your way through the ashen hollows, leaving behind nothing but dust. It does take some effort, though, so you will have to do a slightly longer long rest than the others, but it's negligible, essentially. I don't believe anything else will be attacking the knight, because I didn't roll super hot on the... I think I rolled a 65. Yeah, I rolled a 65. So there's not 2 encounters in the night, so you were lucky in that regard. But if there was a secondary encounter, I would have had you take the 13 damage.
I'll still have taken the 13 damage, I'm sure. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
to
you're
be
just gonna heal it, so
Yeah,
that's
so
why
yeah.
he's.
You
I mean,
all
to
can
be
take a
fair-
long rest.
I mean, this is actually argument for why do we have the barbarian with no perception on watch? Because-
Yeah, that's what I just asked before we had the roll.
Well,
Yeah.
this is why.
This is why the barbarian just fucking kills the encounter if as it shows up.
Yep.
Eh,
Yeah, if it was possible, it was more of those bloody bone things, though. So
yeah.
yeah,
I would assume he would wake us up for that.
most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things
Well,
are
if he saw it before they
potent.
grabbed him, is the.
Yeah, that too. They are ambush hunters, so
But screaming is a free action.
it's true. But yeah, long rest achieved, no problem there. Bunch of hollows which are easy to deal with. They're really just
Yeah.
a threat if there's hordes, which they
Just
can
gonna
be in
point
hordes.
Just gonna point out that when Wary wakes Ein up, he will say, "There were a few more of those skeleton ash things. Might want to be extra wary." Get it, wary?
I'm audibly sigh, and I suppose notice very slightly beaten up, but
Yeah.
ultimately shrug and then just take watch.
Those two are
Yeah.
talking. 156 will do the petulant child thing and throw the blankets over her head.
All right, and your watch goes by uneventfully, Ein. There's a few splish
Yeah.
splashes way down the way from more tentacle creatures, but they do not come up to investigate. So. And same goes for Garridan and Terranaf's watch. Your sleep, other than the brief encounter, is peaceful.
Well, that worked out almost suspiciously well.
Mm-hmm.
Did it? I didn't notice.
All right. Do you make your way back to the little alcove here?
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Yeah.
Shucky ducky you guys there, and then you are now the party marker once more. I'm gonna turn off vision so you can see properly. All right, and then center continuously, turning on. All right, you're good to move. Let's see here. Boop, and then boop, and then boop. That's about covers it. A bit more than what you can actually see, but you get the idea. There's some rooms down to the east and another alcove to the east as well. Traveling north and then south, the pipe is something you can walk under, so no problem there.
I'll have them stand right here, by the way.
Very good. You also see there's some
Uh.
loose boards up north, a possible way to make a bridge if you need it.
Shooting.
All right, shooting up north. Go and open up this
Do
area.
you want me to roll another stealth?
Yes, I do. You weren't close enough for an encounter, but that will be important soon.
Yeah, I just figured it's gonna come up, so.
Mhm.
Not my best, but decent.
All right. You feel stealthy. Bird also needs a stealth.
Yep. Doing that. Oh,
Well,
that's a 1.
you feel stealthy. Every now and then there's a few
Hoot, hoot, hoot.
hoots in the corner, but you feel stealthy. Sounds like the owl is giving you encouragement. It's making you feel even stealthier. It's like Mission Impossible,
owl-
the Hoot theme song.
The owl is friend.
You're good to continue moving.
Well. Because of how badly they fucked up the boards last time, I am going to move on this side of the boards, which sucks with my current stealth roll.
Excellent. All right, moving northwards. You can see. Oh, did not mean to erase there. You can see there's another alcove that leads off map to the west, and it continues. The map itself continues northwards, and then there's a passage to the east. You're not quite sure where it goes, but it does seem to go further eastward. Your current call for view, for your benefit, seems to be calling you specifically here.
I mean, I'm just trying to get closer to the city, and I know we entered from the south, so we should go north
Yeah.
no matter what. But if it's calling me that way, okay.
Just so you have an idea, if you want to ignore it, or if you want to just go deeper, I'm letting you know where it's calling you.
Yeah, I'll move here.
All right, you see that there is a very rickety-looking bridge across. Most of them seem to be touching the water. This would be dangerous to cross from just looking at it, but it is a potential crossing if you can fix some of the boards, or if you want to be careful about it. I'm going to reveal some more stuff, though. There you are.
This time I'm gonna go back and get the party myself.
All right. I'm just gonna.
So we're going that way.
She'll point north.
There are some boards on the ground. Don't walk over them. It's going to take you closer to the water, but just try to avoid them if you can.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
And
Stealth check
she'll
for
wave
four
you
of you.
forward and scamper. Paige, you need to stop.
Look, man, Tyrannef's having a bad day.
I think Tyranneth needs to be buffed because we don't have Flint anymore.
He's
And not
already
that he
level
needs to
3.
be mechanically better, he just needs to stop.
I feel like he thinks I'm a player, so he's giving me player dice instead of DM dice. All right, now I just need. There we go. All right, your stealth is better than 156's at least. So you know.
Yeah.
You feel stealthy.
Yeah, so as Ayn walks, there's literally just a trail of fire behind her that's crackling the entire time.
All right.
Just
I feel like
okay.
while we're walking, I'm just picking up these pieces of wood.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. You have made it up to here, seemingly unnoticed thus far.
Huh.
156 will motion to Ein to be over there.
Okay.
Good a doop.
All right, continuing your travel northwards. That's what you see.
I
Pipes
assume
begin to
we can
block your
go
path.
under these pipes, yes?
These ones you can. This one is going to be blocking your path.
Yeah.
You can climb over it, but it would be difficult, and it's possibly slippery, so it might be an issue. But it's something you could attempt to climb over. Probably safer to climb up these ones, but this one would be difficult to climb up for the most part because that's 2 levels up above. So, depends on what you guys want to do.
Here's an alternate idea. We tear them apart.
Just
that.
cut a hole into the pipes, move it through them that way.
Just rip them out of the wall, toss them in the water, let the blood bones deal with them, and
Okay,
walk normally.
so we need to cross again. You guys aren't gonna be able to climb what's ahead. We need to. This bridge is not. It's not as good as the last one.
I would.
I mean, we have rope.
I'm thinking. Wary, how fast can you move in the water?
Regular half.
Why don't we fix these boards then? He'll say, looking
Yeah.
at Ein.
Yeah. Anya's
Well, no,
literally
no. I'm just considering the water for Wary.
But I could probably run across and be across the water rather quickly. Basically, I'd get across in one round.
Okay, so, I think, I'll go across first and test the boards. If you guys can make it slowly, you might be okay. I don't know. I have to test them. But once we get over, I can head back south and cause a distraction. And while I'm doing that, Wary can run across the water. It might not work. Some of them might not go for the distraction, so it's a risk, but I don't think you'll make it across this bridge.
Could try to
She,
jump.
she looks like embarrassed, like she's calling you fat or something.
Hey, you're talking to me, so hey.
Yeah, no, she is apparently very brave when taking a leadership role.
see.
If anyone has a better idea, please.
I think that sounds fine, but if we're going to make noise anyway, we all crawled under that pipe. Maybe we could try to slide some of those boards over and reinforce the bridge here.
Well, the point was to make noise much further south, not up here.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Sure.
Good plan.
We could make some
Okay.
noise further south, and as Garden suggested, just place the crate in the middle of the water, so where it can just hop through instead of touching the water, which will cause a splash. Of course, the crate will cause a
Great,
splash, so that doesn't really work.
Anyway,
Well,
yeah.
Well, let's do your plan. Also, I was whispering, but stage whisper. Ooh.
Okay. Let me check the bridge first.
Fear my 9 stealth. Okay, go ahead.
Alright, I'm gonna attempt to carefully cross the bridge.
Alright, I need you to roll me an athletics or acrobatics check.
It's that bad, huh?
Even for you, yep. Yeah, none of them are actually like touching both side to side, so it's not actually steady. You have to like hop from log to log. All right, let's see here. You managed to get to about here before you begin to slip. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Wrong check. What? Why are you not working? Enter trace. Okay, whatever. I'll figure this out later.
Is it asking about aura check or something?
Yeah.
All right, 1 second. Limbo. Selection window. Aura check, aura check, aura check. Grab you, put you in campaign. Options, not edible. Try it now. Huzzah! Jesus Christ, plus 13.
I'm not certain that's correct.
It's not.
Prof
Yes,
plus mod plus
Oh,
bonus.
aura check's porked. I'll just remove that from the macro real quick. It's an easy remove. You have a 13 total because you rolled plus 10 plus 3.
No, I rolled 8. Unless we're discounting the first roll,
Oh,
because
no,
I'll take it.
no. No, I see. I see. You rolled a 17, which means you have a 21.
Yeah, I mean, your bonus to dex saves would be 5, because, I mean, you're a rogue. You have efficiency.
All right. Either way, that's really good. The base roll is really good, so that is a success. You barely avoid falling into the water and causing a sploosh. However, you are stopped in your tracks there, so you do not get all the way across. And let me just do
That
a little quick test.
that moment when the party decides to use me as an emergency rope.
I will continue trying to cross.
Very good, very good. All right, another acrobatics or athletics check. All right, there we go. Now it seems to be working. All right, easily enough, you manage to hop your way across and just go pop, 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 stealthily getting away to the other edge. No problem this time.
She's gonna get across and then sigh, and she'll walk down here just so she's like,
Mhm.
straight across you guys and shake her head.
Yeah.
So
I have a plan. Carry on. 1 second. Just gonna pick up this board. Just gonna drag it this way.
I was gonna say, if you're going to move the boards, I can try to cause the distraction now.
Oh, that's sorry. I rolled a 9 on stealth. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
Can you grab the other end so we don't make more noise? What you've noticed thus far is this area seems to be fairly quiet, actually.
Oh.
There's no tentacles plopping. There's no sounds of.
I'll help him with whatever he's fucking doing.
All right, he's going to
Yes.
gently lay the board down with the aid of Garridan and do the.
I will come
same
over
feats
here
too.
and aid it as well.
All right, with 3 people aiding, especially one on the other end, there's no roll required. There's 5 boards. All 5 boards are placed down, steadying this to the point where Wary can cross
Yeah,
without having to roll.
I'm gonna tap people's guidance, just cure it, because after seeing that, yeah.
Mhm. All right, and these things are actually movable. They're part of the map, so whoop,
Okay.
whoop, whoop, burb. There you go. And from there, you are now on the other side, no problem.
She'll motion you guys to be over here, and then she'll scamper forward.
I'm sorry, I missed how I got
Oh.
across.
The
You
boards
didn't
were
need a
placed,
roll.
fixing it so there's no roll required.
Oh, okay.
Basically, we built a bridge because we're not walking across that.
Yeah. After making some noise, you guys realize this place doesn't seem to have any hostile creatures nearby. At least not close enough to hear.
Lovely.
I'll go check all of this, Sage,
All right.
because I want them to stay here.
Let me just zoom out so I can get this cleared. All right, you see there's some light down here, actually, as a lit brazier is shown. You can also see down south there is what appears to be a storehouse of sorts. Treasure chests, crates, hammers, all abound. And there's more side rooms. And then down here is a
I am
larger
about
chamber.
to step away, but
More storehouse.
let's treasures, please.
More treasure.
Yeah. Guys, you should look at this.
I do like to look at things. Just kidding.
Look at it from over there, Snake Boy.
He doesn't actually say that.
He doesn't actually hiss then. Although the sound is making it sound like he hisses.
He's gonna start inspecting for traps and locks.
All right, investigation. I'll consider that for the storehouse itself, not per individual, for ease. All right, the treasure chests are all locked. However, they don't seem to be trapped at all.
I'm gonna start picking locks.
All right, roll me one thief's tools check, which is dexterity plus proficiency, unless you have expertise.
I do.
Then that is dexterity plus proficiency times 2. All right, easily done. With smooth, fluid motions, one lock after the other is pick, 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 pick. Treasure chests have all been unlocked.
I'll open them.
All right, looking through the treasure chests, you'd find that they are just abound with treasure. Hidden stash, attempted smuggler's cove of sorts for those who are attempting to smuggle stuff out of the city. There are all sorts of golden idols, paintings, tapestries, art objects galore, gems included, as well as armaments and coin pouches, just filled with treasure. You are looking at, let's go to item lab, 1,000 GP worth of art objects, 500
Holy fuck.
GP worth of random low quality gems, one 500 GP diamond, and then you would find a quiver of arrows, mundane weapons and armor. There's there if you want to replenish any arrows or if you want to get a new set of basic splint armor or basic chainmail. They don't have any full plate down here, so don't worry about super expensive armors, but they do have some basic armors and weapons. They do, however, have 20 arrows of fire, or technically they'd be called flaming arrows. So 20 of those. Essentially, they are normal arrows, but they deal 1d6 extra fire damage. Which I am adding that to your item lab as well. And lastly, in the chest down here, there is a single weapon. Nothing else is in that chest. It is a simple longsword. It seems to be carved with runes, like R-U-N-E, not R-U-I-N.
Mm-hmm. Actually, let me see if I have such a thing. I do not have this spell, but I will attempt to arcana it. Please
Excellent.
assist me with various assistings of the swords.
Have guidance and aid.
We'll point out that it's sharp.
I will point it out at all.
Also, to note, I am taking a split armor.
Very good. Yeah,
26 to identify Z sword.
that is spicy. Looking over this blade, you realize that this thing is a magical item. It is potent magical enchantments seem to provide the wearer with the ability to vanquish the undead. You can see that the runes are all carved with symbologies of life and the rebirth. And it also bears a maker's mark, although you do not recognize the maker as. It's actually, you might give me a lore check, so intelligence plus proficiency, because you do have Dying Lands, right? Dying Lands history.
Yes.
Yeah. Give me a lore check.
Let's do.
Can I also?
You can.
I'll just do history since it's essentially the same thing for me.
So if I'm using the Dying Lands, what's the bonus?
It's intelligence plus proficiency.
That's what I thought.
All right. Let's see here. History check. 16 and 17. All right. 17 is enough. 16 is enough for basics. Let me go and grab this stuff real quick. Here we go. All right. You recognize this blade as being made by one Torl of Tazantium. Specifically, they are a fabled smith, native of the Tazanti Empire, specifically housed within the capital of Tazantium. Many of their armaments travel throughout the Empire of Tazanti, being gifted to nobles, to the adventuring guilds, to those who are fighting against the old Empire of Asia during the rebellions. Any of these blades are quite prized, as the maker themselves, having died during the wars back then, tend to be rarer finds, and all of their makes are magical in nature.
Alright. I assume this is standard longsword, like it's not finessable or anything like that.
Standard longsword, yeah. Though you could bring it to a smith and see about getting it reforged, but that would be difficult because you need to find an enchanted smith.
Yeah. So, I'll sort of offer that out to the more traditional longsword boys.
All right. And it is almost typed up in your item lab. Just changing one last bitty.
Curiosity, who's the traditional longsword boys?
Yeah,
Well,
really, I don't know who uses that here.
The people who have fucking strength.
Oh, I mean, I guess.
I mean, where we can throw it.
I,
Speaking of which,
could-
how many javelins do we find here? Because we should get wary many javelins.
You can find a total of 12, and it has now been posted.
Okay. Scoop.
Blade of Corpse Slayer.
I mean, I would take it if I could use it, but I don't think I can use a longsword.
12 javelins, got it.
Yeah. Just chop.
By the way, just so it's said, I'm taking a studded leather armor.
Very good, very good.
I already have scale mail, which is probably the best I can get, unless I can get something weird like dwarven spiked armor or survival mantle.
I don't really wear armor.
You could do a breastplate that doesn't give you disadvantage in stealth.
Oh yeah, that'd actually be great. We'll switch to that instead.
So it's the same 14 plus dex max 2. You're just getting rid of the disadvantage.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the things I did with breastplate is swapped it with the Lorica. Breastplates are max dex of 3 now.
Oh,
Huh.
Even better. I'm glad I said something.
Nice.
Yeah. Lorica Segmentatus, I'm now taking the slot of the breastplate.
Alright.
So what's the stats on the breastplate?
14 plus dex max 3, bulk 10, plated armor.
Okay, so if you don't have 10 strength, you have issues.
You move slower, yeah.
I can't use that.
I might actually use the breastplate then, because
I mean, my strength is 10, but my speed also can no longer be reduced. Haha, lame curse. I
Aha.
cannot get any slower.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
switching
baby
to the
man,
breastplate.
so I'm stuck.
I'm
That
just gonna switch.
feeling when something I said was effective for almost everybody. I feel helpful.
Mhm.
Yay.
Is
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, it
It's
is
good.
unfortunate. I kind of figured you guys use longswords, but that's unfortunate.
I
I mean,
unfortunately can't.
I mean, I could use it, but it's
Yeah, it's a random weapon type, so I was just like, they probably use longswords. Let's just make it longsword, not choose random. If you guys want,
okay.
I could re-roll it if you guys like.
Okay, so
Sure.
here's the thing, right? I'm
I
going to
can use long swords. It's just
I will eventually dip hexblade anyway, so
This is
doesn't
supposed to be
matter.
a loot drop for you guys if you did find it and manage to unlock the things. So
Okay.
I'm
I mean,
fine
I
if you
would
want to
be
re-roll it.
happy with you re-rolling it because you can
Yeah.
use this loot drop eventually. Is
Yeah,
all right.
that's
a
kind of
dagger, isn't it?
No, that was determining if it's melee or ranged.
Oh, I just figured one would be the smallest weapon, which would be a dagger.
I mean, I could use a longsword. It's just I'm pretty sure I do more damage with my claymore at this point.
Da, 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 da. I have this fucking song stuck in my head.
Alright.
Also, for anyone who doesn't have one, I'm assuming you can get shields here.
You can.
Oh yeah.
Basic shield's bulk 10, I think, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I gotta wait to get like a special shield for baby boys.
What's
Let me weigh
bulk
myself
10 mean?
down.
Bulk is essentially you have penalties if you have
Is that a
something that
sage
has.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the bulk is higher than your strength, you have issues.
So normal heavy armors, if you do not meet the strength requirement, you move slower. I just gave it a name of bulk.
I believe I don't have proficiency with shields. Because yeah.
Oh.
All right. The weapon is in fact a great axe.
Okay, hand that over.
Alright. Enjoy. Yeah, yeah, so no, I'm not proficient with shields. If I was, I would use one.
I'm just editing the post real quick with the new information, but otherwise, there you go. Bam. Corpse Slayer, the Great Axe. Yeah, it was possible I could roll a lot of weapons for anyone, actually. So, could roll things for 156, for Garridan, for Wary. You're more of a spellcasties, but I could have rolled something that you could use, so, you know. End up getting it for the Barbarian. Aw, yeah. Now, it should be noted that Corpse Slayer Great Axes do not have the cleaving property, so do keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. All right, and that is the loot dungeon hoard or loot hoard here. As you are finishing up your loot, though, everyone make me a perception check.
Ah, great.
But he doesn't have time to attune to it.
It's true.
Off you say.
Let me go.
That's what I'm doing before I try to.
I got a 20, but I'm also in the alcove, so.
All right.
Wait, no, I guess I would be down here. I got do it
Gotcha.
the way you will.
156. What languages do you speak?
Cree, Common, Primordial, and Thieves' Camp.
All right. You would hear something in primordial, coming from the north.
Ah! I wonder if any fell into the trap. I don't know. Maybe. Be careful though. Don't go near the water. That's how Vlon died. Oh yeah. The frickin' bones. Okay. I think the fire might be out. No, I see the flicker. Wait. No, okay.
I will.
Drat. Things are still set.
As I hear them talking, I will quickly motion my party to come into the alcove with me.
He's gonna join you down there.
Well, guess we'll eat later. I mean, we could go hunt some of the ashen ones. I don't want to eat ash again. All we do is eat ash.
Fine. Tentacles? No, we'll just die. We'll have to get an overseer to do that. That's fair. Hey, we can eat hounds! Hounds are pretty tasty. But then we won't have hounds. And we just make more. Fair. Oh well, okay. You then hear pitter-patterings of foots leaving. And then
She would
the
have motioned you
movements.
guys in and then put up a hand for you guys to be silent, and she's clearly listening to something. Wary, did you come with them?
Yes, I would have.
Okay.
There are the fallen ones down here. The short ones, my size. They're looking for food. They have traps set up somewhere. They were hoping something stumbled into it. They've seemed to have retreated. But we should be they're ahead of us, and we should be wary for traps going forward. Or I guess I should be, because I walk in front.
Thought you were suggesting I should.
She just winced at you.
Wary for traps.
Fine,
I'd
it's just-
I'd rather disarm them quietly than set them off.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
So, are we all done here? Yeah? We got everything packed up that we're taking with us?
Seems the case.
Oh, before we, Garrettton, can you take a look at these?
She will turn her back to you so she can rummage through her pack without you seeing her pack. And you will again hear like a clack, clack, clack noise, and she will pull out the 2 unidentified potions from earlier.
Okay. I can take a crack at these, though I'm not really an alchemist. Let me know what you need, Mr. DM.
Roll me a intelligence alchemy tools check or an arcana check.
Okay. Arcana 1. Can I assume someone's helping? Or is this something that you have to be trained?
I believe Terranap's trained, so he could help you at the very least.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll do guidance.
Potion 1 and 16. Potion 2. And so 16 and 21 for potions 1 and 2.
Potion number 1 is a potion of healing.
Mm-hmm.
Potion number 2 is a potion of greater healing.
Mm.
I will update their posts in your thingy. Because your mystery bottles have now been identified.
Does anyone mind if I take the fire arrows?
I do not. Would not
Go
use
ahead.
such things.
I shoot laser beams. I don't shoot arrows.
Alright,
I know, but I wanted to ask.
there you go.
Also, if I shoot arrows, they turn into fire damage anyway. So, yay.
I'll note what the potions are. You said a basic healing and a greater?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll hand these back unless 156 wants me to distribute them.
Now, to be clear though, since you guys are going to be leaving soon, the art object's total weight is 200 pounds. So you'll need to be able to carry all that stuff.
That's mostly a wary question.
Let me check. Is there a quick I don't see a weight thing on the new sheet.
It should be on page 2,
Ah, okay.
bottom right corner.
Well,
Alright.
my heavy load is 320, so I would
Nice.
probably need. I could probably do it, but I wouldn't be able to carry anything more.
I need to actually switch.
That works. I mean, we can always double back if we have
I
to.
mean, we could just take the coin. Honestly, take the
Well, I
coin
mean,
and then leave the art for the return trip.
some of you might carry a couple things, and I could
Yeah.
definitely carry the rest.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just making sure you guys can actually carry all that loot. But yeah,
The answer is distributed. Yes.
indeed, it is
Yeah.
distributed.
My max carry is 480 currently.
Mm,
So,
That's the same as
and I can drag
Terranap's.
600.
All right. So for ease, investigation and stealth check from 156 as you begin to scout up ahead.
I will give you the power of owl.
Sorry, I'm not sighing at you. I'm tired.
No. I got you.
Yeah.
You good?
We're ending soon. I'm just trying to get you guys to the surface, and then I'm gonna end when we guys get there. Because you guys are really freaking close. I'm just like, get to the surface. We're almost there. All right. Let's see here. Doop. Doop. Making our way up and through the alleyways and alcoves, you can see that the passage kind of opens up to the east there and continues northwards, opening up into a wider area. You notice that there are a few tripwires to the east, but none in the northerly pass.
If I continue, if I stop here, I'm good for tripwires.
Yeah, there are tripwires specifically right there.
Okay. I will walk here. I will avoid the boards, but then once I get here, I'll take a step inward, assuming obviously there's no tripwire there.
Correct. All right. You see the area opens up to a larger chamber. You're not quite sure what's inside, but you can see that it is a fairly decent sized chamber. It doesn't seem to have any creatures inside, though. You also see the foot of a bed through the room right here.
How many tripwires?
Just the one tripwire that you can see, which is right here.
Can I make a knowledge check of any kind to figure out how hard they are to disarm?
You can give me a investigation check. All right, looking over the tripwire, you're not quite sure how carefully placed this thing is. It could be difficult, could be easy. You're not really not sure.
Alright. How do I disable device a tripwire?
That would be Thief's Tools Dexterity based.
Is this too complex for the owl to assist?
It's possible that they could assist.
I don't need
it. Yeah. Like, they could technically hold the tripwire steady with their beak, but it could be bad, so I don't know if it'd be a help or a wash. 28, though, that is easily disarmed tripwire. The trap has been disarmed.
Alright, I will carefully continue forward.
Alright. Let me go and reveal some more stuff. Alright. As what you see, a larger guard chamber with several beds nearby. You can also see that there is what appears to be a small pile of coins upon the table here. And another tripwire here with your 20 from earlier, and another one here.
I'm just gonna disarm all of them.
Alright.
Do you want
Plus,
multiple rolls?
with the plus 10, you actually cannot fail, so snip,
Okay.
snip. So all three tripwires have been disarmed.
And not that I want this to take longer, but I'm a greedy murder hobo, and my character is a rat, so she's gonna check all these nightstands.
Gotcha, gotcha. Alright, roll me one investigation for the group. Alright, with a 16. Throughout the entire area of the several bed chambers and the guard post, you'd find that there is a stack of 12 gold coins. Let me just go and add this, 12 GP. You'd also find that there is a single potion that you cannot see what it actually is, so I'm going to do another mystery potion. And that is in the one that is directly south of you. Potion X1. You would then see that there are 5 arrows in this drawer here. They seem to be strangely curved. Specifically, they are serpent's tongue arrows. And lastly, in the drawer up here, these two are just basic cloth, pretty boring. The one up here, though, seems to have a... what was it again? A satchel. A small bag.
I will open it.
The bag seems to be empty. It's just like a empty bag.
Okay. I will ask Sophia to get the group.
Okie doke. We do. We go.
Alright. And the group. Shucky duckies.
I will continue on.
Alright, very good. Continuing on.
Oh, how much coins on the table?
It was 12. Yeah, the 12 gold pieces was the one on the table.
Oh, okay.
Right, you see it opens up into a larger area, lots more pipes lining the walls, and the path continues eastward.
By the way, just everyone add 3. Like, just for ease of my sanity.
Add 3 what? Coins?
GP.
Coins, yeah.
I can do that.
Alright, so I'm gonna go around this way, just for safety precautions, but then plop.
Very good, very good. Making your way this way, you would see that the area opens up into another larger open space, but continues northward. Otherwise, lots of piping in this corner here. Lots of works that control the mechanisms of the sewer. Alright, and for
I'll check the
ease,
quarters.
more bed chambers, more
Okay.
desks and tables. For ease, again, this one does not actually have any loot. The Fallen have looted this area.
Okay.
But
I
there
just
is more
I just had
blankets.
my finger over the investigation
yeah.
button.
There are more blankets if you want to loot blankets, but that's all you can really find here, besides like rags and blankets. Alright. Strangely enough, your calling seems to be shifting between here and here. Alright, making your way northwards, you can see the pathway opens up into a larger chamber here, and a fire, lit brazier, here and here, both lighting up this large area so you can actually see in color and around you more effectively. Which reminds me, I should probably give this one bit. There we go. All right. All right, looking down this pathway, you see that it continues on, and then eventually reaches a stairwell that leads up.
Lean.
Oh, and for ease. Whoop. This one continues on deeper into the sewer, so it's off map again.
Oh, okay.
Seems you have come
So
to the
I
end
assume
of your...
that there's nothing to loot
Yeah.
here.
These ones have most certainly been looted since you're right outside the city.
So is this the stairway?
Yep, that is the stairway up, the exit to this map, to the city above.
So where is our pole above us?
Your pole at this point is above you. Yeah. You also had a bit of a pole to the brazier here.
Oh, if I had known that, I would have gone and checked the brazier. I thought it was above me, but alternating. So hold on, you guys are gonna come back here. You guys can stay there. So I'll walk across the double board slowly. I'll make an athletics check if I need to.
It's easy enough for you. These ones are actually crossing from edge to edge, so no real worry for someone as light as you. Making your way to the other edge, though, as you draw closer to the brazier, surprisingly, it doesn't seem to be giving off heat.
I need to make a will save.
No.
Oh.
I'm going to zoom in, though. There we go.
Can I inspect the brazier
Yes,
more
you can.
closely?
Investigation.
Do I get any sort of advantage because of my pull, or no?
Yes, you would have advantage. Alright, looking over the brazier, you see that the brazier itself looks fairly standard. I mean, it looks pretty much the same as this one up here, although you can feel that one just from the distance that you were up here, that one was giving off heat. This one doesn't seem to have any symbology upon it, but you do know something inside the fire. A metal key within its heart, sitting atop the coals.
Like, put my hand over the flame?
Cool. It is not hot.
I will take a deep breath, because this is terrifying. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. She will crawl into the brazier to grab the key.
Alright, making your way through the brazier. The coals themselves are not hot. They're soothing, in fact. If you were injured, you would have healed. Not much, but you would have healed a little bit. And you reach the key.
I'd pick up the key.
You've acquired a key. It seems to bear the symbology of a kind of like a curved, not like a scythe, but like a curved bladed sword. It's like half scythe, half.
Scimitar?
No, have you seen the show or played the video game Blood Rain?
No. Actually, yes, but so long ago that
Okay.
whatever reference you're gonna make, I'm not gonna get it.
I'm just gonna do a little stick drawing. Oh, that's way too thick. That's a thick boy. All right, so you have the basic
Stick drawing, more
blade like
stick
that.
Drawing.
And then you have a little handle right there.
Oh, okay.
So it's one big blade, but it has a handle. So the key is kind of shaped like that, but the upper part here is jagged to make it actually work as a key.
I will come back.
So wait, it's just a key. It's not like a sword that's also a key.
It's
right?
true. It's just a key. It's the size of a
Okay.
key. It is shaped like a sword that is jagged to act as a key, though.
Okay, thank God. I don't have to curse no more.
So I felt I assume you guys could feel it too. I think this is important.
And she'll hold up the key. She doesn't look to be giving it to anybody, but more she's showing you.
Oh, that's a good find.
She will smile a bit as
Something.
she is complimented.
All right.
There's stairways up there. I think we're finally gonna get out of this place. So everyone should be ready. I'll go ahead, but we're gonna be out into the city. Who knows what's up there?
Sounds good to me.
Lead the
And
way.
she will lead the way out of the sewers.
All right. Making your way up the stairs, you would find yourself next to a wooden door.
I will
Is this
do
some
the
sort of locked door?
I'll do the preliminary lock trap.
All right. The door is not locked. It does not seem to be trapped either.
I will have them wait at the bottom of the stairs while I open the door. Like, just enough to poke my head through.
All right, 1 second. Control H, Control F, and E. That should put you guys here. Open the door. You'd find yourself in a small, open, like completely unfurnished chamber. Dusty floor covered in ash, and a simple door to the north. Specifically, you guys are. Oh, that's a body. Where are you guys? I know I copied you. There we go. I copied my DM view. All right. Specifically, you guys are here. There's a door here as well, but you guys came from a door in the wall that led down through a stairwell. And you can see that there's a window here and a window here, poking out and looking out into the large open street. And what you can see is a tall stone structure. A stone structure that is giving you a certain pull to go towards it. And go towards it
Well-
and down beneath. However, that is what we're going to call the session. because we went a little bit over.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Huzzah, indeed. Hope you guys had fun. You guys have reached the
Yes.
dungeons of Cadus, the place that you were at previously. But, you know, there you go. That's the exterior.
And
Okay.
we beat up a whole bunch of monsters.
Yeah, and killed some monsters that were extra dangerous. Danger noodles.
Yeah.
I just want to say something real quick.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that this session kind of ended up being the Remy show. It was not
It
intentional.
makes sense.
It's fine. You did good.
It's all good. It's the rogue's
Oh,
time
I'm
to shine.
glad. I felt bad, like, oh, no one else is really getting to RP or do anything. I hope I'm not, like, being annoying.
I got to completely solo an entire encounter. It was fine.
Okay, then as long as everyone's cool with it, I just...
Hope stream enjoyed it. I'm going to close things out here. Goodbye, stream.